following contest, from Denver, Colorado, weighing in at Little Hoey, Don.
Oh, I can't wait to see this one.
Of all the superstars on the roster, this guy is amongst the hardest working. That goes without saying.
Definitely shout out to Don Chaos. We know you got our back, and we got your back too, man. Denver, Colorado all day, brother. We're definitely going to hook up with you. Much love to Carnival Spirits for putting us on as well on this YouTube, man.
Shout out to you, Don Chaos, for, what is this, episode like 126 or something like that?
Yes, sir.
You've been putting in work, bro. Respect. Y'all doing some shit for the community, and the fam out there appreciate it. So just keep doing what y'all doing, you know what I mean?
Congrats to Don Chaos for 1,000 subscribers. Whoop, whoop.
Keep it going, man.
Congratulations, Don Chaos. Yes, keep it going, man. Good luck to you, fucking Don Chaos, and fucking hell yeah on your 1,000 fucking followers.
You know who it is. It's Ouija Mac, bitch. Shout out to Carnival Spirits. And fucking shout out to Don Chaos one time. You know what's going on.
This is my brother. Everyone, Don Chaos and Brother Lynch Hung here.
Yeah, and Carnival Spirits. What's up, man? Don Chaos. What's up? It's your boy, Brother Lynch Hung. We out here tonight. Let's go.
Fuego Flames and my nigga Don Chaos. What's going on, B? It's my brother right here, my boy. Excuse the left, excuse the left.
Yo, what up, y'all? This is Don Chaos, and I'm with a very legendary man. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Hey, Sean. Yeah, we at the gathering, y'all.
Podcast/radio show of the year. This one's always controversial. Coming in number one, we got Hours of Chaos with Don Chaos. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, there. Congratulations, man. Don Chaos, Hours of Chaos.
Yo. What is good, everyone? Y'all already know who this is. This is Mr. D to the O to the N to the C to the H to the A to the O to the S, your friendly neighborhood JUGGALO, the car millionaire. If you don't know, now you know. And if you still don't know, chat, let them hear it. So let's go ahead and catch up on the chat. Lady Chaos in the chat, like always. What's good, babe? The future Mrs. Don Chaos. What's good, baby? I love you. Mary Beth in the chat. What is up? Mary Beth, haven't seen you here in a while. Good to see you in here. Yep, we are definitely doing good. Hopefully everyone is doing good. You know, a lot of y'all should know when the show starts. If you don't know by now, then again. What is up, Wasteland Warriors? Mrs. Chaos with the saying, your mom's a hoe. Babe, we need to make those into shirts. So when we do a Don Chaos store, that's one of the things we need to have on the shirt and have it say, if you don't know, and then have it on the back say, your mom's a hoe. So yeah, what is good? Of course, tonight we are being joined by the one and only Grim Reality Entertainment's own Uncle Phoenix. So I'm going to go ahead and send in the link, and then you guys know how we do this show. We have our guests on the show. We talk to them for a bit. They give a little brief introduction, who they are, when they started, and then we ask with the basic questions that we do, which is cool. Thank you, Wasteland Warriors. This is actually a very comfy hockey jersey. This is like the Do It in Del Rey one. This is like the one that's part of Violent J's clothing brand that he's like supposedly starting, called Violent Wear, which I hope that still become a thing, because I would definitely support that. So far for the Violent Wear, I have this hockey jersey, and then I have the Diamond Rain jersey that they wore at the gathering. Not from this past gathering, but the gathering last year. Anywho. Oh, dang. Well, I'm so sorry for your loss. My condolences go to you and your family. What's up, Lil Ninja? So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and send the link to our guest. And yeah. So let me go ahead and send the link to our guests. Oh yeah. I'm excited too, Lil Ninja. I'm always excited when Ouija Mac drops new stuff. Always. Yeah, 98's a pretty long life. Damn. Okay. Can you guys hear me now? Okay. Apparently, my mic is working now. Good. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's really dope. Yeah, Ouija Mac is awesome. Lady Chaos has been getting into Ouija Mac very heavily. Oh, got to turn my camera back on. There we go. What's up, Sean Z? What's good, man? What you doing, brother? How are you doing? Of course, Hours of Chaos podcast, sponsored by, once again, Yerba Mate flavor tonight is Blue Ruia. How you pronounce that shit? Yeah, he is very mad talented. I was showing like Lady Chaos old music videos of Ouija Mac when he was still in Swagtooth. And she said, gosh, he is so unrecognizable. I'm like, babe, you ready to see Ouija Mac when he had a goatee and with no hair at one point before he went on his diet? She did not recognize him at all. I actually made a Ouija Mac playlist here on my personal channel. So if you guys want to go check that out and you want to watch all the Ouija Mac's music videos that he's done, I've made that into a playlist. From like his first verse that he dropped on the Cypher to his current music video. And then the video before that is like the evolution of some of his verses of when he was in Swagtooth. Like some of his best verses of when he was in Swagtooth. Yeah. Lady Chaos did not recognize him when she seen that footage of him. She was like, that's Ouija Mac? I was like, yeah. Hope you're having a good day too, Wasteland Warriors. I hope you're definitely having a good day and a good night. All right, y'all. Everyone, our guest is waiting in the green room. So let's give them a proper introduction like we always do. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Hours of Chaos podcast, coming straight out of AZ, GRE, Grim Reality's own Uncle Phoenix. Phoenix. What
Uncle
up?
Phoenix in the building. How you doing, Don Chaos?
Good. How are you, man?
Very good, bro. Fucking honor to be here, man. Shit, much
Hell
love.
yeah.
Much motherfucking wicked clown love.
Hell yeah. I see you're in the lab right now. That's a good setup.
That's right. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Takes a little bit of work, but we got it. We got it.
I hear you. I'm currently working on my studio and setup for my show.
Hell yeah, bro. Hey, man, it's a blessing to be here, man. Doing our thing and still pushing strong.
Hell yeah. So what we're going to do is where we usually do, where you give a brief introduction, who you are, where you're from, how long you've been rapping, and then, yeah, we will ask the questions.
What up, y'all? I'm the Evil the Devil, a.k.a. Uncle Phoenix from Phoenix, Arizona, from the Mindless Corpse organization, signed to GRE, Grim Reality Entertainment. Yeah, it's just, I've been in this game over 20 years locally here, and now signed to GRE. We just taking it to the next level. But, yeah, I got an extensive career, man. It goes back to the early 2000s, and I've gone on tour with Killer back in the early 2000s. I got many gathering of Juggalos under my belt, like 2006, 7, 8, 2010, 2012. Many memories, man. Much clown love, dude. Much clown love.
All right. Hell yeah. So, like, when did you actually start rapping, and did you always go by Uncle Phoenix, or did you go by other names as far as you can remember?
Well, I started as a DJ back in the 90s. I was called DJ D Nuts. And
hell yeah.
Yeah, I had my first setup, man. Bought my first Urban Vegas, and then I went and bought my first rolling drum machine, dude, in 97. And then I started kicking off backyard parties here in Phoenix. And then I got tired of hearing other MCs bullshit. So I started to come around the turntables and spit myself. And at that time, I was a young juggalo, going to Insane Clown Posse shows, not even knowing that I would be the MC that I am. You know what I mean? Back then, it was just a dream.
Yep. In the words of Biggie Smalls, it was all a dream.
That's right, man. I'm living it. I'm living my dream right now, and I'm having fun and living my best.
And I think that's the best, when people can live their dream. Like me, I'm having fun, like, doing this show and helping artists like you get out there and promote you guys.
Shit, that's love back, man. We need that. We need that love. We need that interaction with each other and get into the heart. You know what I mean? So people know, like, they only see, most time they just see what they see on screen. You know, and most of us artists, especially when I speak on behalf of GRE, we're all good fathers, we're all husbands, we're all, you know what I mean, just good people, leaders in our communities. You know, there's not one dirt bag in our label, you know, so, or in our fam, like, you know, as a matter of fact, we're on that.
Yeah, and I noticed we have like a lot of the same people in the same circle. Like a lot of us here, like this is why for now on we're going to start promoting this on the show again heavily. We want underground unity. So in the chat, y'all hashtag underground unity.
Underground unity, man. You know, I like to take a moment of silence too. We just lost a major one with EJ the Prophet, and we were just chopping it up at Gorefest. Much love to Serbia's TV and everybody out there. Man, it hurts when we lose somebody. And
yeah, especially so young.
So young, but you know, you got to give them hugs out, man. And every day is the gift. Every day is the blessing. You can't put a price tag on that. You know what I mean? So go say you love to who you love, man. Give them that hug. Smoke that J with them, because you know you never know.
Exactly, because life is short. And yeah, we're actually going to do a moment of silence for him right now. Rest in paradise, brother.
Live in power, baby. Long live.
Smoke one with Coolio for us.
Coolio, OG.
Hell yeah. And other questions we're going to ask is like, what inspired you? Like, wait, you got to actually answer that. Let me switch that up. My bad. But yeah, if you can remember, what was like the first song that got you like into music that like grasped your attention?
On the real, because you know I'm an 80s baby, and I think I was like, I don't know, 5 or 7 when I saw Michael Jackson drop Thriller, and I saw Michael Jackson add horror to his music, and I fucking fell in love right there. And then you know, I was always looking for that. I always like, you know, parody music or scary music, something with a theme. I was always a fan of that. And then in junior high, you know, Brother Lynch, they had their Lynches, and we had on the West Coast, you know, a few hard hitters. We had the Ghetto Boys in Texas, you know, but it wasn't until I heard Esham, Booming Words from Hell, and Acid Rap. That's, you know, I hold that in my heart right there. Esham's my number one, my mentor, you know, and a lot of my music, you know, resembles that acid. You know, I love those elements to the psychedelics, you know, that wicked shit, number one.
Exactly. And I think people never understood what the horrorcore or horror rap or just dark rap, what the meaning of that genre was. Like, people think you just got to be as edgy as possible. I'm like, no, there's levels of hip hop. There's straight hip hop. There's dance stuff. There's party stuff. Then there's gangster. But horror rap is like seeing society as it really is, like a horror movie.
Right. You know, and life is the scariest fucking movie there is. You know what I mean? Get splattered by a bus on the street. That's fucked up. That's some scary shit. You know what I mean? So, you know, it don't take being chased down by Michael Myers or a killer. You know what I mean?
And that's why I tell people all those other horror movie like slashers they're like, in my opinion, they're wussies compared to Michael Myers. Because what makes Michael Myers scary is he's the closest thing to a real person that can kill you.
Yeah, Michael Myers is one of them top dogs. My top dog is Cenobite, Pinhead. I love Pinhead, and because that's a real wicked shit right there.
She loves Pinhead, and then Michael Myers is her other favorite.
Hell yeah, Freddy Krueger too. Shout out Fred. Love Fred.
I still need to watch that new Child's Play series. I heard it's really good.
I haven't took the time to see it either. Got to check it out.
But I love the original Child's Play movie. That movie is just phenomenal.
Yeah, man. Yeah, those first ones were on one.
And then if you can remember, like, what's the first like rap song you heard that like got you into like rap or hip hop that grasped your attention?
Rap or hip hop? I mean, like,
it could be a song. It could be a video to a song.
I was always the type of person, like, you know, I was always looking for the oddball shit, you know, where people were favoring shit from the West Coast and people were favoring shit from the East Coast. I was like always a Detroit or Texas, you know, the Ghetto Boys, Assassins. That intrigued me right there. That hardcore shit right there. Before, you know, they put a hardcore or horrorcore name to it. You know what I mean? It was just scary hip hop.
Yeah, that's why I'm like still trying to compile a list, and if I ever do that, I would like to have you on a stream where I tell us what your top 10 or top 5 dark rap, hip hop, hardcore albums of all time.
Shit, fuck it, Gravediggers didn't play neither. You know, Gravediggers was probably one of the first CDs or albums, actually with a tape, that it put a trip, you know what I mean? We were smoking with the homies and shit. That shit gave me like a scary trip, you know, and that was the first time where the horrorcore like took my mind and fucking, you know, scared the fuck out of me. It was dope.
Oh yeah, and then you had like Flatliners.
Flatliners are dope too, man. All day.
Yeah, I had the honor of having them on the show. Those are my dudes.
Hell yeah, man. Shit,
and a lot of people don't know the history. Those were like the real first dudes to coin the term horrorcore.
I remember, man.
Yep, a lot of people don't realize that in those early 90s, Def Jam was dabbling with a lot of dark hip-hop around that time.
You know, and Gravediggers, it really didn't get much scarier than that. That shit was hardcore. I mean, some of the dopest MCs on that and put it down for the horrorcore. You know, that's a true jewel right there. I love that shit.
I love that first Gravediggers album. That's probably one of my top ones, but some of my top ones also on that list is, of course, Insane Poetry's Faith and Chaos. I love that album.
Yeah. Shout out to IP, man. Much love. Psycho. That's my dog right there.
Yeah, that dude's been like a mentor to me too. Like when that dude talks, you listen to him because he's a great mentor.
Big time.
Because he's been in this game for years.
Yep. I remember in junior high when I came across his first tape, Insane Poetry. Like, damn, wicked shit. GRE, shout out to GRE again, man. It goes way back. Grim Reality Entertainment goes way back there.
Yep. And I always told people, like, where most people on the East Coast and the Midwest, they had Esham, but here on the West Coast and in the Southwest, we grew up on like IP and like Brother Lynch Hung and shit.
Right. You know, and then too, like I was saying, when I was younger, before I found the horrorcore or the hardcore like that, I was more of a fan of Two Live Crew. I was more of a fan of the bass DJ and Miami bass scene. You know, that was more my thing. Like, and then like Techmaster PB or motherfucking DJ Magic Mike. You know, that's why like a lot of my music has to have that 808, has to have that bump, that quad. I represent that shit to the fullest. You know, because that was before like you would just hear instrumentals of bass and your mind would just go crazy. You know, and I thought if I could take bass music and add wicked element to it, that's Uncle Phoenix right there.
Yeah, and I noticed you have a diversity. Like you can do dark, serious stuff, or you could do straight party stuff in your music, and that's why I like that artists are very diverse.
You know, especially right now, like you know, at the Mindless Corpse organization, which is my local record label here that I have in Phoenix. Much love to Silver Serpent, Lucifer Martini, Max Phoenix. They be doing it here, man. We've been doing it since 2009, and there I'm able to get as horrorcore, as sci-fi, as anything that I want to do. But at GRE, I got a little bit more elegant to my hardcore hip hop. You know what I mean? It's a little bit more street. It's gonna get a little bit more cred and maybe a little bit more radio play potential. You know. But yeah, either way, no matter what I do, it comes out hardcore. Even when I sing a love song or I do a birthday song, it's going to be hardcore, wrestling or fighting or something's going to be involved in it.
It's like that Tech Nine song. I love you, but fuck you. I love you, but fuck you.
Yeah, you know, it's always that, you know, throw some puppies in there and some weed and we got a nice song right there.
Hell yeah. And what is actually the music scene like in your area? Because that's one thing we always ask our guests is like, what's the music scene like in their area?
Yeah, we got a cool music scene out here in Phoenix, man. It's definitely grown. Back in the day, like, you know, 10, 15 years ago, it was a little slow, but there's some big players, big time players coming out here to Phoenix now and doing it. And we just having fun out here, man. As a matter of fact, I got a show next week, October 12th, with Intrinsic and McNasty. They're taking a break off their tour with Twisted. And So yeah, we're gonna go out and rock it, man. It's at a cool Mexican restaurant. It's 420 friendly. They got a badass stage up there. My man Zodiac from GRE gonna be there. You know, a bunch of cool motherfuckers gonna be there. We're gonna have a great time. Yeah, it's always party, man. You know, like I said too, when I was younger, when I was a DJ, I said, man, I do this because I love to do this because it's fun. You know, if it's not fun, then what are you doing it for? You know what I mean? Number one, it's got to be fun. If you're not having a good time, how you expect people to be having a good time? You know?
Exactly. And I've like known people, and I've heard that, especially AZ juggalos, they know how to get down when it comes to shows.
Oh, we party, man. We party. And it shows like when I go out to other states and I party with my dogs from other states, we bring that AZ element out there. And we always go hard. Always go hard.
Yeah, like of course, I'm from Colorado. We know how to get down. I've seen juggalos from New Mexico and Albuquerque.
Oh, yeah.
They are
Shout out.
crazy.
Shout out. Albuquerque, New Mexico. And, you know, Denver too, man. I love going to Denver for Gore Fest. I always try to stay there 4 or 5 days because I gotta get it all out my system there.
Well, and what's good about Denver is, of course, weed's legalized, but Denver's got, and the area of the country that we live in, like Denver, New Mexico, Arizona, they got like some of the best Mexican restaurants ever.
That's right. Where you at, Don Chaos?
I used to live in Denver. I currently now live in Lakeland, Florida.
Oh, okay. How's
So
it going out
basically,
there?
I live in the Tampa area.
Okay. How that hurricane hit you? You guys okay?
Luckily, it wasn't too bad with us. We just got wind and rain. And when the power did go out, it would only go out for like 30 seconds or less. So we lucked out.
That's good, man. You send my love to all your family out there and tell everybody to be safe. Uncle Phoenix sent his love all the way out there, and hope everybody's okay.
It was crazy. Like, I was seeing footage of sharks swimming in the streets. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I saw that, man. That's crazy.
I was like, I just hope the sharks got back out to the ocean better.
Yeah.
Because I'm like an animal lover. Whenever I hear anything bad that happens to an animal, that's like a soft spot in my heart.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm like that too, but I'm like that with insects too, bees and fucking trees now, plants and shit. I'm really like, I'm seeing it all now, man, with my grand wisdom that I have now. When you get up to a certain age, if you ain't got this wisdom, you're not doing it right. You ain't living life right. Even if you're just surviving, you're gonna gain some wisdom from surviving.
Hell yeah. And speaking of that, Mr. Dosha, GRE,
Mr. Doja, what up, homie? Yeah, we just cut this single on my birthday, September 10th. We were at Gore Fest. It's called Number One, produced by JP the Hustler, featuring Mr. Doja and 6 Nick 6. Go out there and peep that shit, man. It's fresh on YouTube, fresh everywhere. Check it out.
Hell yeah. Chuckles is saying what up.
My dog, what up, nephew? Yeah, that boy's going places.
Yes, he is. I've been telling Dosha, I was going to tell him after he was like my co-host interviewer with Chuckles, I was going to message him and go, Dosha, I think you would be a good job at doing interviews. Just saying.
Bro, I was at my Airbnb right down the street from the venue in Denver for Gore Fest, and I got a cut of you while I was celebrating out there, and I took some footage where you were interviewing Chuckles and Doja, because I was living it real time out there. But I tuned in, man. That shit was cool, man.
Hell yeah. And how many times have you performed in Denver?
I think this time was maybe my 5th time. No, well, maybe this was maybe my 5th Gore Fest, and then maybe 2 times with Isham, and maybe like 2 times with Killa. So maybe under 10 times.
Hell yeah. And I think even Phoenix or even just Tucson, like as far as I know from Denver, it's only like an 8 or 10, 12-hour drive, which ain't bad.
Yeah, but you know what? Motherfucker, Southwest be throwing these $69 tickets. You'll fucking be there in an hour and a half. Before you finish your mixed drink, you're already landing.
Hell yeah. And how did you actually, since you're a juggler, how did you discover ICP? Like, what's the first song you heard, or did someone give you a tape, and what was your reaction to it when you first heard that? Well,
back in when I found Isham, I think I was like a freshman, man, and this must have been like in fucking 93 or 94, and Booming Words of Hell, and he had the red tape, and I was just so intrigued because you couldn't find that shit. There's no internet, and Isham, like, you had to go on a hunt here in Phoenix to record stores, tape stores, and find Esham, and sometimes Esham be in fucking, you know, country section or ambient section, you know. But that red tape led me to the blue tape, which was Beverly Kills. Was it the pink tape or the blue tape with ICP? Beverly Kills 90187. And I had both those guys, and then I found the black tape, the Riddle Master, you know, and shit, I go back that far, you know, to where I was tape hunting. But Esham's the one who opened up that door to that Detroit sound, you know, because if there was no Esham, I wouldn't have known the Insane Clown Posse.
And then it probably baffled you when you're like, wait, these artists are associated with each other? What?
Yeah, you know, and it was like kind of the style of the cassette tapes that kind of like, you know, because and Esham had the Devil in the Moon, and these guys had the Hatchet Man, and then the badass artwork on it. I was like, dude, I gotta check this shit out. Because up until then, like I said, there was Lynch, you know, DJ Quicks, you know, there was gangster music. Don't get me wrong, there's gangster music, but Esham brought that 666 to the dope, to the B-boy, you know, and showed some elegance to it. You know what I mean? Some Ferrari driving, Mercedes, you know what I mean? And you know, like them Detroit boys do. And kind of that's how we did or do here in AZ too, you know. We got an elegance here in AZ. We crease up. We're GQ. You know, we got that. The Mexican culture right here. You know what I mean? So we hold that shit proud. You know.
Yeah,
we like to
you
look
guys,
good
like,
and
have car shows and stuff there.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Bomb food, bomb weed, bomb times. You know.
Yeah, one of my favorite like Mexican like rappers of all time is like Kid Frost. Remember him back in the day?
Oh yeah, OG Kid Frost, man. He set the tone.
Yeah, apparently he's still around, just doing shows every now and then. I was like, gosh, if I could interview that dude, whew.
Yeah, I heard that, man. I heard he's got some new stuff coming out. And more power to him, man. You know, there is no age gap. There is no age limit when it comes to this stuff. If you feel good, if you're still healthy enough and your mind is sharp, you know, go live it, man. Fuck, who's anybody to tell anybody, you know, that you're too old or you can't do this or you can't do that? Man, get the fuck out of here with that.
Oh yeah, there's like a lot of veterans still killing it. ICP's still rocking the mic. Tech 9 is 50. He's still rocking shows.
You know, and no shit, like, you know, like I'm saying, like I feel better than ever, you know, and like again with this wisdom and maturity, you know, it's way doper now than when I was in my 20s. You know, I'm fucking loving it right now. You know, I'm in my OG era, and a motherfucker still can perform, you know, in more ways than one, and that's the blessing right there.
Yeah, and that's what the OGs, like, I don't know which rapper said that, but it was an OG's, like, we got to help, like, we got to be teachers to the younger generation.
You know, that's right, man. And to, you know, shout out to my senseis. I come from a martial arts family, you know, and it's a lifetime commitment. My senseis, I still check in and I love them, man, you know, and these guys are, you know, up in maybe their 60s or whatnot and look as young as me. You know what I mean? And as charming as me and as, you know, vibrant, you know, and that's, you know, testament to a lot of the martial arts, man, you know, and your mind is keeping it sharp as well as your body, you know, shit. You're going to your golden era ready, you know, able to.
I'm 32 and I don't even look it. Everyone tells me that. They're like, no way.
Yeah. And that's a good thing, right? I mean, that's a great thing. I'd say we're vampires. I'm like, man, the older I get, you know, not to sound conceited or nothing, but I joke around with wifey and whatnot. Like her too. She's getting better looking as we get older, both of us together. And that could be a thing too. You know what I mean? Wifey and I have been together over 20 years. Music's been fun. Life's been good, you know, and that's the key to longevity and happiness, man. You know?
Exactly.
Climbing together, man. Having somebody to climb with. That's the most beautiful thing.
Exactly. It's always good to have that ride or die by your side.
That's right, man. And congratulations to you and mama on the date. You know what I mean? Keep me in the loop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll definitely let you know. I know it's scheduled for Halloween of next year. So if you want to come, you're down to come because we might need a DJ or we might even have 2 DJs. Who knows? We might even do a DJ battle.
Yeah, just have to see how it's looking next year, man. No doubt. But much love, man, and much blessings to you guys, man. You guys are going to do good.
Or as I tell my girl, I'm Bonnie and she's my, I'm Clyde and she's my Bonnie.
Right. It could go either way. Vice versa. Here, hold this, I'll hold that. Or give me that, take this. Southwest out here, man. You got to be rough out here, man. And my kids, I've been blessed too. My boy, my baby boy, he just tested in the 94 percentile. You know what I mean? And that's crazy that this guy's in the 25 or 95 percentile nationwide and shit. You know what I mean? And it just shows he's got a brain on it, and I'm blessed, man, because I didn't have that brain growing up, man. I grew up rough. I wasn't the easiest kid to raise for my parents, you know what I mean? But it was a different life back then, hardcore gangster shit, you know what I mean? And I'm just glad that my boys will never see that, or ever know anything about that. Wifey, and as a testament to wifey and I changing, our trajectory in life,
Exactly.
for the better. Positivity, leadership.
Hell yeah. And give us the story. How did you actually sign to GRE, and how did they discover you?
GRE, JP and I probably met over 11 years ago. And ever since I met JP and GRE, is just like we just connected, and I started going out to Riverside, California, doing shows with GRE, and vice versa. I started bringing them into Phoenix, doing shows with them. And then when Gore Fest started happening, I would go out there, Mindless Corpse Organization, and we would always just be together, and this year GRE had a talent casting a call, and I was like, I don't know, because I got the Mindless Corpse Organization, but I say, you know what, I could use, this brotherhood right here and be part of something that's going to be definitely, into the future, and so I put a few songs out. And I got the call back. I got the call back from JP. JP said, man, it shouldn't have took this long. It shouldn't have took this long. I could have been GRE a long time ago, but things work the way they work, and I'm just very proud to be with GRE right now, and to show them, because maybe the time wasn't right then, you know what I mean? But this year, the time was right. The elements were right.
The stars aligned, you might.
That's right. Stars aligned, and we put it to paper. And now I got like I said, I just dropped my new single, #1, featuring Mr. Doja and Signic 6. But I also got 2 other singles that I've dropped since March. And the first one is I Want the Whole Thing, and that's featuring Zodiac and JP the Hustler, produced by JP the Hustler. And then my second one is Summer Rhymes, featuring Sly's Wicked, produced by Loop of Fame. And that's what I'm talking about right there. Like those 3 songs are different, you know what I mean? Like, and all of them have potential radio play, and they got a hint of hardcore, a little bit elements of everything that, I'm very proud of those, looking forward to the future with these guys, man. Cause salute to everybody on the roster. Everyone is top notch. Everyone is #1 in GRE. And that's the way I see it, cause a bunch of bad motherfuckers.
Yeah, and y'all should know about GRE because it is like one of those like really great independent labels, and I love how GRE and LSP are like tight. They do like a lot of shit together.
That too, like wow, like cousins, you know what I mean, or like a family like GRE and LSP, like So anyone from LSP is my fam at GRE, and that's so dope how they have it lined up, how JP and LSP.
And I'm glad artists can do that and still affiliate with each other regardless of the label. And those who aren't doing that, we just say, fuck off, fuck that divide shit. It's all about underground unity.
No time if they're not living that positive way, you know what I mean? And trying to prosper it for the better for everyone, and shout out to Mattapelli. We just did a show with them in Phoenix the weekend after Gore Fest.
Those dudes are talented.
Dope motherfuckers. Plan Z, those are my nephews right there. The big things are going to happen for those guys. I can see it, because there's so much talent going down, you know what I mean? And props to everyone at Gore Fest, and again, life is so precious, and with the passing of EJ, it just shows, how delicate life is and how meaningful these times with each other are, to party and embrace each other, and especially if you haven't seen each other for a long time.
Well, if anything's have taught us in the years, like in the past, like in the generation that we grew up in hip hop, beefs can get really out of control. Now they can get really out of control, especially when the internet feeds fuel to that fire.
Right. when it comes to beefs, you know, I don't really I've been blessed to never really have that because I live my life out of respect, and everybody out there knows who, you know, if they've met me, they know I'm a respectful person. I show my respect and I get my respect, you know, and
Exactly. I'm
so
the
that
same way.
yeah, man, it's all love out there. There's no time to be beefing. That's, you know, if you want to beef, go in fight in the UFC. You know what I mean? Do it
Exactly.
productively. But you know, we're artists out here. We're just trying to paint a picture and give life to other people.
And it is good when artists help lift each other up and help each other out. That's how it should be.
That's right. That's right. You know, and too here in Phoenix. Okay, so in my DJ days, I was DJ D Nuts, and then when my partner and I, well, my old partner from my first record label, and I wasn't gonna really speak too much on it, but for the OG Juggalos, you know, if you know the Head Hurts Monsters, DSI, Head Hurts Records, I was part of that, and I went by D Evil. You know, we were the Corners, Dynasty, D Evil, DSI, and we got tracks with Tech, we got tracks with Isham, Lavelle. We were some of the first to fly him into AZ and bring that here to Arizona, and that shit was dope, you know, and that's, you know, the first gathering of Juggalos in 2006. We went with Jason Porter. Jason Porter helped us up on stage, shared some of his time with us, and that was getting our foot in the door at the gathering. And from there, we were invited back, you know, for 2007, 2008, and then in 2008, Uncle Phoenix was born, Mindless Corpse was born. By 2009, I was invited back, but now Uncle Phoenix was being invited back, and the Mindless Corpse was being invited back, and that was very special right there too, because you know I produced all the music, you know, 90% of the music for my old label. You know, I was the sound of that, you know. So when I created the Mindless Corpse organization, I wanted to take my sound and create it in the vision that I was seeing now, you know, and more power to them, and I hope they're all doing well. But you know what I mean, Uncle Phoenix had to blossom, you know, and here we are now. Uncle Phoenix in 2022 signed to GRE, and it's just dope, man. It's dope. I've been my whole life with powerful motherfuckers, powerful labels, doing powerful things, and it's a blessing from the get go.
The music we've grown up on, it's good to see this new generation of like wicked shit horrorcore artists come out. Like some of my top favorite ones, like Ouija, killing it. Darby, killing
Hex,
it. Cody
Hex, what up,
Manson.
homie? Yeah, Cody Man. Oh, he was at the gathering. That fool was dope. He was dope.
Cody Manson, very chill dude. Very great set. If anyone's ever seen him live,
yeah, killer set. But
glad
yeah, man, Ouija Mac,
because he was in that wreck. I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah, man, mad love to and hope everyone's okay with Axe Murder Boys and the whole crew. You know, you guys get well soon, and you guys will be back on the road.
Oh yeah. And when did you actually first meet Scum? Like, people have always told me when they meet him, they're like, when you hear his music, you think he's a scary dude in real life. You meet him in real life, he's a very chill, humble, respectful dude.
On the real, bro, I want to say, like in 2007, I think, or was it 2006? It was at the gathering, and we were waiting to go up on stage, on second stage, and Scum was up on stage. That was the first time where I saw Scum. And then so it must have been about 2007 where we ran into each other. We were both some young bucks, just getting it going, you know. And then and in 2009 or 2010, I had him on a single called Chop, Punch, Shoot, and Stomp. Yeah, Chop, Punch, Shoot, and Stomp. And that was part of Chemical Funhouse 2010, one of my first albums as a Mindless Corpse in Uncle Phoenix. But yeah, Scum and I, we go back many years, and damn, I've been wanting to be part of Gorefest since then, you know, since its infancy, you know, and like it took a long time for that window to open for me, even though it's been, now I got 5 years. Life is just flying so fucking fast.
Yeah, and then when you find out that this year Gorefest has already been going on for 16 years, I'm like, jeez.
Right. So it must have been like fucking, you know, this 9th annual when I got there, you know. So I mean, it took some dues, and then with JP, man, mad love to JP for opening those doors for me, you know.
Yeah, I've watched LSP start from like the beginning all the way to where they are now. So when I've been with them since the beginning, I've watched them grow from just this little local label in Denver to the label that it is now.
Check this out. This is from 2012 at the Gathering of Juggalos at Cave Rock, Illinois.
I love that death pop era.
And then let me show you my night.
Hell yeah.
And then there's Scum. Bunch of bad motherfuckers this night.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I found this. I was like, you know what? For my Juggalo motherfuckers, I'll bring it out from the vaults. And, you know, damn, that's 10 years ago.
I know, it's crazy. Like, I was just thinking, like, just this month, the Bizarre albums are going to be 22 years old.
That's a trip, man. I remember back in the day going to Insane Clown Posse shows at the Nile in Mesa, and this was before the internet, and you had to find the advertisement in the New Times, and it would be a little black and white fucking print, and it'd be like, dude, is that ICP and Esham? And like that's all it would be. Wouldn't be a picture, it'd just be a small print. And then you just go, and then it'd be a warehouse, and there them motherfuckers would be. One of my dopest was at Vans Warp Tour, man, with Nodis, with TNT, Mastermind, and Esham, and that shit was so dope. Like Alien Ant Farm was there, a bunch of punk bands were there, but Nodis was there, Cool Keith was there, and one thing that stood out, man, I'll never forget when Nodis was on a stage. Mastermind, I was just a young kid right at this moment. Mastermind looked down at me from the stage and he pointed his imaginary pistol at my face and said, and I thought it was the fucking most magnificent thing that happened to a fan, man. You know, he pointed me out and shot me in my face with his imaginary pistol, and it just gave me all the power in the world. And I saw how much influence and how much, you know, that this has, how much power the word has, you know, and the frequency has, you know, and that's a blessing, forever a blessing.
Yeah,
shout
the
out to
greatest
Mastermind.
feeling in the world is when you get like older, and then the same people you look up to, they start giving you props and respect. Like I've had that happen numerous times. Like when I heard ICP name drop my show and said shouts to the Hours of Chaos podcast, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, I saw that in the intro, man. That's a dope intro you got there, man. That shows a lot of work that you put in, man. And I'm very blessed, and I feel very humbled to be on this podcast with you, man, because this wasn't built overnight, what you got here, man.
No, it wasn't. And even Scum has told us, yes, us artists play our part, but it's you guys who do the podcast and the interviews that allow us to come on that play your part too.
I mean, no fans, you know, this just wasted frequency into space. You know, if there's nobody going to listen to it, and, you know, it's just for you. But when there's people who love it, you know, and I had the honor too. Like I had this fan come through, and my pops just happened to be leaving the house, and this fan stopped my dad and say, "Excuse me, sir." He's like, "I just want to thank you for giving birth to, you know, Uncle Phoenix. His music saved my life." And you know what I mean? And my dad was really taken back by it. You know, and I just sat back and I said, "Look, Dad, you know what I mean? This is everywhere. This is everywhere." And he was just amazed by it, and very like you know, with pride, you know, being with pride, and just, you know, that I'm able to show my pops, you know, and my mom's the positivity that this music has given to not just myself, but fucking total strangers. You know, who knows, you know?
Exactly. And that's why I do this show, because I was strong passion for this love in this scene. Like so many people will message me and go, "Wow, you turned me on to some artists that I never even heard of." I'm like, that's the whole point of why I have guests on here. I'll have up and coming people, somewhat known people, and then I'll have people that everyone knows. I have a bit of everyone on there.
I love that, Don Chaos, man. That is so dope, bro. You know, and I'm having a great time on your podcast, man. This is really cool. And especially when it's Juggalo Whoop Whoop. You know what I mean? And
Oh yeah, most people do this Juggalo underground shit just for the clout. I do it because I've had a love for this scene since I was 8 or 9 years old, and here I am, 32, still going strong.
That's right. That's right. Woo woo. Since I was a little kid too. You know what I mean? And you know, my music, it'll always be wicked. You know, in the Southwest, you know, back in the day here in the Southwest, people used to be like, "Oh, that's Juggalo music," or "That's Juggalo," and people would say it in a bad way. And it's like, well, obviously you guys don't know what the fuck you guys are even saying, because if you knew you guys were, you know, saying Juggalo music, like that's a good thing. You know, you go to the gathering of Juggalos, you get fed by total strangers. That's love. Food is fucking love. Food is positivity. You know what I mean? Total strangers, and the gathering and the Juggalo love showed me that. You know, especially when I was a gangster coming up from where I was at, it definitely like hybrided me. It definitely stirred me into a different path other than just the typical street thug, you know?
Exactly. Like I've approached Jay and Shaggy. I'm like, I know you guys probably have heard this numerous times, but thank you. Your guys' music has helped me through a lot. Thank you. I've even told Tech that, and he was genuine, like, thank you and you're welcome.
Yeah, like, you know, at the gathering, doesn't matter what race you are, what size you are, you know, everyone is embraced. And I knew that because, like I said, the Red Tape, Booming Warriors, I've been it since the 90s, but finally to be embraced by it and then bring it home and then be a leader here in my community and pass on the love and the positivity. I've helped spawn a lot of dope motherfuckers here in Phoenix. A lot of people have hit my stages first who have blossomed out to be pretty decent big motherfuckers, you know, do big shows, you know, and they know who they are, and mad love to them all. You know, Uncle Phoenix loves you.
Yeah, I've watched Wicked Wood like grow. I've watched them play parking lot parties at the gathering, little small shows. I watched them play second stage, and then this year they finally got to headline main stage. I'm like, yes.
That's dope. That's dope. Hell yeah.
If you know any of your acts that would be down to be on the show, just tell them to hit me up.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. Shit, I'll pass it on. Fuck it. You got to get Mattapelli on here. You got to get Plan Z up on here. Got to get the homie Zodiac from GRE up on here. You already got Doja, you Signic 6, Young Alucard. You know what I mean? And much love to all those dudes, man. Like, there's just so many, bro. There's just so much talent that's gonna keep you going for, you know, till you're at 287. And that's dope.
Yeah.
I'm on episode 187. That's dope. That's dope.
I know.
How'd that happen?
I know. One of my friends was like, who's gonna end up on episode 187?
Yeah, Uncle Phoenix, baby.
Again, everything happens for a reason, y'all.
That's right. Man, I'm seeing this in my background, this Daniel Jordan music video. Daniel Jordan, you got to get on this episode too, man.
Yes, that's someone I would really love to get on.
But the cross that you see that Daniel Jordan is hanging on, my pops made that cross for that music video.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, man. So if any motherfucker, you go see Daniel Jordan's music video, you see that cross he's carrying, my pops made that motherfucker. Oh, and that's me too, playing the devil on that music video. Probably Daniel Jordan. And Daniel Jordan just got married too, man. Whoop, whoop. Congratulations, baby boy, and much love, guys.
Hell yeah. If you ever want me to make a cameo in a music video, let me know.
No doubt, bro. Shit. Especially
like I have this funny idea where I just will show up in the most awkward music video and make it like I'm like a puppet master. So some like straight trippy shit where people are like, wait, what?
Hell yeah.
Or it's like, where's Waldo? Or something.
Right. He's in the corner doing some modelly shit.
And when was your actual first gathering? Like, people have always asked me, like, even when people at the gathering ask me, how do you describe the gathering? I'm like, I'm probably going to give the same answer everyone else does. It's hard to describe the feeling when you're there.
My first gathering.
I can say the best way I can say is I feel like I am at home. I am literally at a family reunion.
Straight up Shangri-La, man. Straight up Shangri-La. Like I said, my first one was in 2006, and that was thank you to Jason Porter, who shared his stage with us, got our foot in the door. And that was at Cave in Rock, Illinois. All my times at the gathering were at Cave in Rock, Illinois. That's all I know. And that's my Shangri-La right there, because I mean, I know every piece of that land right there, and showing up the night before, partying, pre-partying, and then you know, it meant so much to me that maybe twice a month I'll have a dream of my own gathering of the Juggalos when I'm sleeping. You know what I mean? It's so embedded in my fucking heart that I'll have my own versions of dreams. Like I'm there, it's the last day of the gathering, and we're trying to pack in as much fun as we can. Sometimes there'll be water slides, sometimes there'll be, you know, it'll be just crazy. A gathering in a city, you know what I mean? And water slides, it's just odd, bro. But it's the gathering, it's in me, it's in my heart so much that like I just think about it all the time too. Like now, like Gorefest is kind of like that. You know, it's like
Well,
long
that's
live
why I say
Gorefest.
yes, you have the gathering, but now you have actual music music venues and festivals that pay tribute to the horrorcore wicked shit genre.
You know, Gorefest, I get to be in the city, stay in hotels or Airbnbs, and do it for 4 or 5 days. And at the gathering, I get to camp out 4 or 5 days and just rage, perform, rage, and it's the most awesomest. It's the most awesomest fucking time. Let me show you something real quick. Let me see.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I need to make one of those.
This year I got wrestling. I got the wrestling one.
Oh yeah.
I got the wrestling one from Jamie Dundee and Sabu that year. That's why I got the wrestling laminate right there for that year. There's my other ones right here, and then I got one right here for 2012. But yeah, and then on tour with Killa.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and then that year with Sabu and the Wrestlers, man, that shit was so dope. Having Sabu at my campground, and my driver cooked up some spaghetti and some hamburgers, and we all got to have dinner together with the Wrestlers and shit. And
that's
was
awesome.
Dope.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite series that's on TV. I love that series, Dark Side of the Ring.
Oh yeah. What gatherings have you been to?
My real first one, like I could have went to some of the ones back in the day, but at the time I was too young and it was money problems. But my first one was in 2018, but that was a good one.
And that was in Ohio or
yes,
Oklahoma?
That was Ohio, and the thing for that one was Whoopstock.
Dope.
So they had like a James Hetfield cover band of Grateful Dead. It was dope.
Hell yeah.
And I've always liked a variety of music. I tell people, yes, I'm a juggalo, but I've grown up on all types of music. Like I love classic rock. Like one of my all-time favorite metal bands of all time is Black Sabbath.
Right. Like right now too, like in my playlist is more 80s rock or electronics, synth, you know what I mean? Electronic, like right now I'm really into like groups like Lebanon Hanaway and like She Passed Away and Prayers, which is more electronic goth music, you know. And as far as rap music, you know, of course GRE banging, Hex, you know, Ouija, you know what I mean, and a few Metapelli, Dope, Plan Z, you know, a lot of LSP too, man. But you know, for most point, man, like fucking classics are on my fucking playlist, dude. And then like fucking like Debbie Gibson classics and shit. You know what I mean? Fucking from the 80s. You know what I mean? Like I love that shit.
Same here. I grew up hearing 80s music a lot growing up. So that's where I got introduced to like a lot of that stuff, like Zeppelin, like the Beatles.
Oh yeah. That's more you know, what 60s, you know. Yeah. Zeppelin's classic, bro. Classic. A lot of Isham cuts from, you know, the Day and the Night albums back in the day.
Yeah, and it's cool to see where some rappers originally come from a rock background, like Necro and Ill Bill. They both come from a metal background.
You know, like shit, me and my dogs love to it's been a long time too, but we used to go to like the Ozfests and Tattoo the Earth, which was a magnificent fucking heavy metal fucking concert in the desert. Seven Dust, Slipknot, Megadeth. I mean, the who's who was there. Fucking Esham was there with the Workhorse movement, and that's why we went there. And I don't know if you ever heard of the Workhorse movement, and it's a band out of Detroit. And back in the day, Esham did a track with them, man. And like again, like I was such a fan of Esham, I would find anything, any little thing that Esham was on, and go and fucking get that motherfucker. Even if it was just a 16 bar on some motherfucker's rock band, you know what I mean? Esham, number one.
Yep, that's what I used to do too. I used to do that with Esham. I used to do that with ICP back in the day.
Yeah, man. You know, but like you said too, like metal. I've been kicked in the head by Slipknot in the mosh pit. You know, I mean, I've been in some of the hardest mosh pits, and it's just the music that we listen to is just so versatile.
Yeah, I've been into one too, and I've had an experience at a show where, like how you had that experience with Esham, I had that experience at a clown show between Jay and Shaggy. Like I was like second row getting hype, and they both pointed me out to the crowd and like, shout out this motherfucker, and they would just like douse me in the Faygo.
Fucking love that. I got a story.
After the show, they're like, they both gave me each a dab.
I got a funny one. I was at it was a Party Palooza, and this is fucking early 2000s when Insane Clown Posse was on tour with Cottonmouth Kings, Cypress Hill, and like the Fugees and shit. And I was in the mosh pit for the clowns, and my homie for my birthday had just bought me some badass white and red Adidas. And I'm in this motherfucking mosh pit for whatever fucking reason, and I get hit so fucking hard that one of my Adidas fly off, and I land on my back with one shoe, and I'm looking around in the mosh pit, and I find a Doc Martin that just happened to fit my foot, and I fucking walk out the mosh pit, and my family are like, what the fuck happened? I'm like, dude, they hit me so hard my shoe flew off. Oh man, magnificent, dude. Insane Clown Posse, and it's just great, bro. Like fucking the memories, just bringing them up right here.
Yeah, there's nothing like a clown show. Like I've taken my mom to a show, and she had the best time of her life.
My pops was there, and then you know this was what the fuck, the song Great Malenko, was it, or is it Riddlebox era? The Insane Clown Posse in the music video where they're in this shoe store.
Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus, and before we would go to the concert, my dad and my cousins, we'd all, be partying and drinking, wrestling as it's playing in the background and just having a great time, man. And then my dad would drive us out to, and I love that too. Like at Gorefest, Young Alucard and some of these guys had their kids, their parents with them, and I'm like, Dad, Young Alucard is the youngest one on the label at GRE. He's 20 years old, gifted motherfucker. His moms and pops are beautiful, man. I fucking love them, the nicest things. And I love that, man, because that reminds me of like my pops. And then, I took my son out to Gorefest this year. He just turned 18 and graduated. And it's his first Gorefest and his first time going out to Denver. And it's showing him how Pops does it. You know what I mean? And that's what leadership's about too, man. You know what I mean? Like to see it, with Young Alucard, his folks brought him all from Texas down to Denver. You know what I mean? I took my son there. It's a family event, and again,
I've seen a lot of artists that I listen to do that. Like when I got to see Coolio live, he had his son on stage, hype manning him.
Again, like at the Gathering of the Juggalos, you would be, posted up in your tent community in a cul-de-sac at Cave and Rock, and there's just families around you, and I always love that, man. I always love it. Now I bring my kids out to it, and the fam's fully involved. I love that shit.
Hell yeah. Like my homie, he has a memory of when he went to his first show. His first show got hit almost with a like full bottle of Faygo, chipped his tooth, still had a great time.
Yeah. My homie, Sinister, we were leaving Insane Clown Posse show, and this guy was tossing out Faygos, just liter bottles. And my homie comes up, he's like, "Hey, Claps, give me one." And the dude, for whatever reason, goes overhand on him. And when my homie goes to get it, it slips right through his hand and just hits him right in his eyeball. It fucked him up for a good month and a half. That shit was hilarious.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I mean, too, at an Insane Clown Posse show, you'll see motherfuckers get knocked out by fucking Faygo bottles, 2 liters.
Like I tell people, when you go to shows like this, they're battle scars, but they're also, I like to call them badges of honor.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like a war zone. But the smart thing is, at least in the mosh pit, if people fall, people lean down and they help each other up.
That's what's up too, man. And back in the day, a lot of motherfuckers didn't used to do that. You know, and at metal bands, at metal concerts too, it was really us who did that. Like, if you drop a motherfucker, or if you see a motherfucker fall, pick his ass up. Because ain't nobody here trying to hurt nobody. We're just trying to mosh and have a good time. You know?
Yeah, like some people don't know the process of mosh pitting these. Like I was like, no, you're not supposed to literally hurt the person. You're just supposed to bounce off each other.
Right. Go in there and try to take your fucking week's worth fucking anger out. Instead of beating the dog, you go out there and fucking beat somebody up in a mosh pit. It's cold-blooded. I never beat a dog. That's just a joke. There's jokes. I love animals, though.
And then what's one of, like, if you could remember, what was actually the first album you remember buying with your own money?
Man, let me see. That's a good question. Oh, okay. I know. Check this out. Because my pops, man, back in the day, he would make me these mixtapes. And one of the mixtapes, he had Sir Mix-a-Lot on it. Buttermilk Biscuits, Posse on Broadway. The tape was dope, but it had no curse words. And that was one of the first tapes that he let me buy. But let me tell you, one of the most tapes that I've bought, hands down. And that's got to be Nasty as They Want to Be, 2 Live Crew. Because I'd buy that motherfucker and then it'd come up missing. And then I'd buy that motherfucker, it'd come up missing. You know, Pops find it or somebody find it. Like, it was always getting jacked from me. So the most bought album has probably got to be Nasty as They Want to Be, 2 Live Crew.
Oh yeah, I love 2 Live Crew.
Fuck yeah. My first one to answer is got to be Sir Mix-a-Lot for the no curse words. And my first wax, my first record that I ever had that my grandma, my Nana Mary, bought for me from Kmart back in the day was fucking Favorite Flav's 911 Is a Joke. And it was just a single, 911 Is a Joke. And I would play it on her little record player and scratch on her little wooden record players. I think that right there is probably what, you know. Tone Loc, that's a pioneer too, man. No curse words. And,
yeah, me and my
good
girl
hip-hop.
were just talking about that today. I'm like, nothing's wrong with cursing, but you notice how back in our day, even some of the greatest rappers, they never cussed in their music and they still sounded fresh.
Right, you know, and like in my music now, like I feel I got a certain responsibility, especially in like the age that I'm at. You know what I mean? I can't be speaking how I would in my 20s, and that's kind of cringe. You know what I mean? Like I got more respect for, you know, especially like I got kids now, you know what I mean, that are listening. And
yeah,
with
I love artists that evolve. That's one of the many reasons why I've always loved ICP is every one of their albums sounds very different than the last. That's why they're one of my top favorite groups. And I love artists that sound different with every release.
Like I try to like articulate without, you know, with minimal curse words nowadays. You know, I like to paint a picture because you're not gonna get far with F-bombs. You know what I mean? You're not gonna get, you know, you're not gonna get a radio play, you're not gonna get certain things. You know what I mean? Especially when you get to this professional level. Like I want this shit played on movies, you know, where the credits are playing or in the background of a dope ass scene or a television show, you know what I mean? Like shit. And you're not gonna get it when all you're just saying is fuck it, bitch, and you know, that ain't gonna fly. You gotta have some elegance to it, you gotta have some vocab.
Yeah, I think Violent J will definitely, if not, he's, in my opinion, going to go down as one of the greatest storytellers in this genre.
Man, Wizard of the Hood. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
just like,
dude.
That's one other reason why I like ICP is they can visualize like some of the stuff that you vibe to. Same with Esham.
Right. That's that acid rap. That's that wicked shit. That's that influence. Storytelling. Like, I love, like, you know, sci-fi, zombies. My favorite zombie movie, Return of the Living Dead. I have so much elements of that movie in my lyrics. You know, just the thought of the nuclear bomb and the rain just making it bigger and bigger. It's the end of the world. You know, and just trying to survive in that shit. That shit
Yeah,
stayed
and I
me
noticed
as a
there's
kid.
like subgenres of that. There's like sci-fi, and then there's sci-fi horror.
Right. And I don't know, like wicked shit is wicked shit. Wicked shit could be a day at the park and a motherfucking drive-by. It could be flowers and ice cream and a fucking puppy gets splattered on the fucking, you know what I mean? That's wicked shit. That's horrorcore. Life is horror. It doesn't take, like you said, it doesn't take the Michael Myers to chase you down for it to be real life, because real life is
it can be
the
just that
wickedest.
normal person that's sitting across the street from you.
Right, man. This world's ugly, motherfucker, and that's why we try to bring beauty through our frequency and our lyrics. Do the wicked shit. Do the horror.
That's why I tell people, in my opinion, normal people can be just as scary and bad as the people like us who are seen as crazy.
Right. It even worse. I mean, even worse. Because
Another example, since everyone's talking about Jeffrey Dahmer, he seemed like a normal dude, and look at the horrendous shit he did.
right. I've seen that too. I like, man, I would have drank a beer with him. But
I've actually really enjoyed that series. I really enjoyed it. Evan Peters, that dude is a phenomenal actor.
yeah, man, did a good job. I was only able to catch bits and pieces so far, but I'm definitely gonna check it
When you do
out.
have the chance, watch it fully. You're gonna love it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, Evan Peters, like just how he got Jeffrey Dahmer's look on point and talked just like him, it's crazy.
Shit, I'm just checking out this this chat line. I just barely
this
opened
chat
up
is
the
lit.
what's up, everybody?
And then one of the other questions we ask usually our guests, if you could name, like, it can be any genre of music, but what are probably your top 5 albums of all time?
Top 5?
Yep.
Okay. Shit. Damn, that's pretty hard. That's pretty
Like,
hard.
it can
'cause
be
there's
a
so much
diversity. It can be a rock
All right.
album and a
Let
rap
me see.
album.
Let me see. Definitely Two Live Crew, Nasty as They Want to Be. But let me see. Megatron, The Bass That Ate Miami. Let me see. Michael Jackson, Thriller, of course.
Hell yeah.
Okay. 2. I'm gonna give you 2. They don't count of 1. Esham's Closed Casket and Nodis's Do You Believe?
Yes. That is
Those-
like, those are actually on my list of even top, like, wicked shit horrorcore albums. Like, I love Esham's Kill the Fetus, but I love Closed Casket. And my all-time favorite Nodis album is Do You Believe in God?
Straight up, bro. You know what I mean? Like those 2 right there are probably like they're just so great. And those right there were life-changing right there. Those are like, especially like at his definite wicked peak, that shit was so hardcore. Do You Believe and Closed Casket?
Nodis really lived up to their name, Nation Ahead of Time and Space, because they really were ahead of their time.
And then as shit, let's go into like the hardcore metal would be, White Zombie, Rob Zombie. I love that. Danzig. I've had many mosh pit adventures with those 2 guys. And those are probably my 1 and 2s right there when it comes to the hardcore.
Oh yeah.
Shit. I mean, but then like, Suicidal Tendencies, you know what I mean? And all motherfucking Body Count, OG Ice-T. Damn, don't get better than that.
My girl loves Suicidal Tendencies and stuff. Like, my girl, she's an old-fashioned punk and stuff.
Yeah, I fucking absolutely love fucking motherfucking Body Count.
Yes.
Motherfucking Cool Keith, Black Elvis, like my man Spec One said. Damn. And again, like of that era of that MTV show Amp, like I got a VHS recording because that's how far we go back. And that was the first time I saw Blue Flowers from Dr. Octagon, DJ Spooky, and it's just a bunch of like, electronic hardcore shit.
Oh yeah, and then like we have a few more questions, and then I'll actually bring like my homie Scotty on, if that's okay.
That's fine, bro. Hell yeah.
Like if you could pick, what are like your top favorite like 5 movies of all time?
5 fight movies or top 5 movies?
Just like 5 like films of all time that you can never get tired of watching.
Yeah. Let me see. Motherfucking Scarface is at the top of it.
Yeah.
I could play Scarface and let it start at any point, anytime. Goodfellas too. Let me see. Return of the Living Dead. That's my favorite zombie movie. There's no higher one when it comes to Uncle Phoenix. Like, that's just my absolute favorite. Hellraiser. Revenge of the Nerds.
Hell yeah.
And Nerds in Paradise. That's another thing too, man. I love fucking Revenge of the Nerds, man. You know,
Yes.
and always been a nerd myself too, man. Even though it don't show, but like I was raised, especially in this martial arts family, like around giants and motherfuckers that were born with natural abilities. And I was born in a gordito frame, a little chubby boy frame. You know what I mean? But I had to compete with these guys, and I had to train with these guys. And then soon in time, I got as good as these guys. And then I just blossom out. And then, you know what I mean? It's just, and that's what I'm talking about too, like from the bottom up, like that, man.
Hell yeah. And then what is probably your top favorite, like, 4 like foods? Like, I'll give you an example. My number 1 is Mexican food. I can eat that whenever. Then Greek, then Asian, and then Italian food.
Yeah. Mexican food, Chinese food, Italian food. Shit. Fucking submarines and French fries. Those are my tops right there, I guess. Fried chicken and potato wedges. Love that
If you
shit.
ever come down to Florida, I got some good chicken joints to take you to, and some places that have some really good Southern food.
Oh man, I'm all about those chicken fried steaks, man. Mashed potatoes, rolls,
There's
gravy.
a place we just went to today. Best chicken fried steak ever.
Fuck yeah, bro. Last time I was in Florida, I was on tour with Anybody Killer. I want to say 2008, and we rocked in Orlando and we rocked in St. Petersburg, and that shit was fucking dope, bro. That shit was dope. Hey, I remember the food out there on the East Coast, how it compared to the food down south, and how it changed. You know what I mean? It's
like down south, I'm amazed. I never heard of grits. I've heard about it, and then when I finally tried it down here, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, hell yeah. Same with like tripas out here, man. Fucking a lot of people don't know, but you know, we get a Vampiro fucking taco with some tripas and some Oaxaca cheese. That shit is fire, bro. Fire.
Yeah, we have this thing in Colorado where you know you're in Colorado because we put green chili on everything.
Right. That's like a New Mexico, Colorado thing. But here in AZ, we got the red chili. More of the red chili. I love them both.
Me too. I love both.
And then fucking the pizza out here, man. Like, we got some pretty decent pizza. There's this one spot I go to on the south side that I've been going to ever since I was a little kid, called Gino's Pizza, and it's on South Central. And a lot of people talk shit on it, but the cheese and the sausage, when it gets cold, it's even better than when it's hot. And I can't say that about many places.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely a lot of good pizza joints down here in Florida locally.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
Like the good chicken joint that if you're ever down here, I'll have to take it to. It's called Lovebird. It's really good.
Lovebird.
Now, when you see it, the sign, you're like, Lovebird, and it's a pink rooster. You're like, what is this, an adult store? And you're like, oh, it's a restaurant.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I like that.
There's a lot of good, like, Cuban restaurants down here. There's good Jamaican restaurants. Whew.
Yeah. You know, when I was in St. Peter's, I was in motherfucking Virginia Beach, Virginia. And we were eating the food out there, man, and hopping in the ocean right there, man. That shit was fucking awesome. And I made sure when I was in Florida too to get in the water too, because you know I haven't been back there since, but I knew it was gonna be a time in life to just remember.
Yeah, I always tell people when you want to cool off in Florida, you go on the side where the Atlantic Ocean is. If you want to go on the side where it just feels like tub water or it's not so cold, you go on like the side where Tampa Bay and the Gulf of Mexico is.
I remember as soon as I got out the fucking vehicle, we were greeted by a fucking mosquito that was probably about this big and shit flying by, and there was spiders everywhere. No matter what hotel you went in, even the most secure hotel had a fucking spider on the top of it.
Yeah,
It's
we
crazy
have
out there, Florida.
we get like lizards everywhere, like in our yard. You go outside, there's lizards everywhere. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like I'm saying too, like you were saying about like just makeshift shit, man. Like I've been through Mexico numerous times, Mexico City, Guadalajara, deep in there, man, and major metropolises like New York City, and you'd walk through a little alley, fucking open a door, walk through a door, and then before you know it, you're like inside a mall. You're inside a fucking, like you would have never thought that you were in a fucking like or an arcade. They had dope ass arcades in Mexico City where you just
Yeah,
walk through an
arcades are
alley.
making a comeback, especially those arcade bars. Like, there's a lot in Denver that are fun to go to.
Yeah, we got a dope one here in Phoenix, the Cobra Bar, straight up downtown Phoenix, and we got ASU right there, U of A. So a lot of good people looking at, a lot of
Yeah,
good looking
there's
people
one
be
like
hanging
called
out.
Player One, and then there's one where I used to live. It's a Japanese arcade bar.
Oh shit!
So
And
there's like they got like Japanese inspired drinks there, and the drinks there are like regular arcade bars where they're like inspired, named after like a video game character or whatnot.
dope.
And then like on the TV where most bars will play sports, nope, they're playing straight anime on the TVs. It's fucking awesome.
That's sick. Go get you some sake bombers and then go play some video games.
Yeah, there's a drink I got one time. It was like called the Sonic, but there's one that a lot of bars have. It's called like the Princess Peach. It's really good.
Hell yeah, dog. No doubt. Next time I'm in Florida, I'm gonna be hitting you up. How about the herbs? How about the herbs out there?
Well, in Colorado, it's legal right now. In Florida, it's medical, but it's actually on the bill to be legalized here in Florida. So I've been telling people down here, if you want a time to vote, this is the perfect time to vote to legalize
That's good.
it in Florida.
Get out there and vote. Do it. You guys
Because I was
deserve it.
like, yes, it's good to have it medical and have your card, but if you want it to just be legal to where all you have to do is just go in there and show that you're 21 or older, that's a lot better.
Yeah, when the wreck happened here in Phoenix, it was a mix. It was a mixed feeling, but they got it down now. And pretty good system as far as taking care of your medical patients and then keeping the wreck.
Yeah, and I
over
think
here.
Denver set a good example, and that's why Denver's economy was booming because of that shit.
Yeah, man, that was inspiring. And they would have the billboards up with the fucking numbers of millions of dollars that are going to this and going to that. That shit was pretty cool, just being able to see it from your hotel. Then, like, yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, I had someone from down here ask me, like, is it true in Colorado, especially in Denver, there's like a weed store in every corner? I'm like, yes.
For real. So much good weed out there. I had such a good time out there. Yo, check out my podcast, AZ Leaf Blowers. And we talk about smoking and critique different herbs. But I took AZ Leaf Blowers out to Denver for Gorefest, and I shot some segments out there. And I took my sponsors out there from Bel Air NY. Let me plug them real quick. See, if you guys don't know, Bel Air NY, they're the only pipe you'll ever need in your life. It's some dope shit right here. Let me show you real quick.
Oh, yeah.
But
I'm
yeah.
still here.
So on AZ Leaf Blowers is my new podcast on YouTube. Go out there to all the Don Chaos fans. Go and subscribe to AZ Leaf Blowers. On October 31st, we're gonna have a giveaway. We're gonna be giving away one of these Bel Air NY pipes, and it's all love and positivity, man. We talk mental health, we talk herbs, we talk music. Got the blessing of GRE, so there'll be some GRE music and some of my homies' music. And if you got some music they would like to be featured on it, hit me up at azleafblowers@gmail.com. Send me your music, your animation, artwork, comedy skits, anything you would like to be featured on Blazing with Uncle Phoenix and AZ Leaf Blowers. But check this out. This is a pipe from Bel Air NY, my sponsor. Let me show you how it works real quick.
Oh yeah. And you're welcome to use that intro that I had when you came on the show on like a future release. You're welcome to use that as an intro.
Blaze up, everybody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so on October 31st, homie, I was just telling your subscribers that at AZ Leaf Blowers, we're going to be raffling off one of these pipes from Bel Air NY, who's my sponsor. It's the only pipe you'll ever need in your life.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Man, it's all about mental health and physical health. You know what I mean? And it's a very delicate balance right now, man, because this world be crazy as a motherfucker. And that's why we need people like the Don Chaos and the Uncle Phoenix and the Scotty Balls DCD. And I'm just so grateful to be here with you guys, man. You know what I mean? I just got to plug my sponsors.
Balls, who hosted his first event with Matapelli Music. What up,
Oh,
Scott?
shit.
Dude, that was a shit, man.
What up, Scotty?
Them dudes were fucking dope as fuck.
Hell yeah.
Where's my camera at?
Might need to refresh. Are you outside, bro?
I am. So
That's
it's
why
very
it's so dark then.
Let me I don't know. I'll fucking find a place. I got this. Maybe.
I do have plans to start hosting events down here. Like, I'm still trying to get this annual event in Phoenix. You're welcome to perform that, where every year it's going to always go to a good cause. So if you want to perform and know that's for a good cause, like for 1 year, it might go to homelessness. 1 year, it might go to disabled vets. So if you're ever down to perform that, let me know.
All day, Don. Hey, man, anything you got going on, Don Chaos, you let me know, and I'll come out or I'll bring my artists out, but you got the blessing from me when you come out here, or whatever you need.
Dude,
well, I'm trying to do what Scum told me to do before I left Denver. He's like, Don, you need to revitalize the Florida scene down there. I'm like, will do.
Yeah, bro.
Dude,
like
for real.
Like I said, especially that Miami Bay scene, you know what I mean? Like Florida, like Uncle Phoenix loves that sound from Florida. You know, when I was in St. Petersburg, when I was in Orlando, I was stopping at the record shops looking for like underground, bass shit. And when I asked the people, I was like, "Well, where's the bass section?" And they looked at me like I was weird or something. And I was like, "What the fuck?"
I used to hear stories how the Juggalo scene back in like 98, 99, all the way to like 2012 here was like popping.
Yeah, man, that shit. I had a great time out there in St. Petersburg, dude. I seen the devil in St. Petersburg. You know what I mean? He was slick in a red suit, chilling right outside the fucking venue, chilling like a pimp.
Oh shit, there's my face.
Yeah, Florida's a very nice place. Like, people think it's bad. I'm like, it's actually not. It's very nice here. Like, a lot of the stuff you hear that happens in Florida is like in the most rough parts of Florida. But where I live,
Yeah.
Tampa and all that, it's like, it's nice.
Like in Orlando, we performed at this spot called the Dungeon, and it was right behind I believe a Mongol motorcycle club bar. You know what I mean? It was like 2 bars, you know what I mean? It was fucking crazy good time, man. Fucking Orlando was nuts.
Yeah, and people think like it's humid in Florida. I'm like, it is, but it's tolerable. I didn't think I could handle it because they always say you're from Colorado when you can't take the humidity, but I handle it quite well.
I mean, it's the most humid. It's the most most humid place I've ever been. Yeah, I mean, next to Cave and Rock, Illinois, that motherfucker got pretty humid. But props to my pops. He sent me with an air blower to connect to the RV, and was able to connect the water hose with a fucking mist, and I created my own Amazon effect out there, and was able to defeat the humidity.
Which, Scotty, shout outs to you. Scotty was actually on like Darby's latest release.
Oh, that's dope, bro. Hell yeah. Congrats, homie.
Oh, his mic's off. I think he's adjusting shit. So yeah, another question we usually ask some of our guests is, when you tour, like for artists that will tour in those cities, what are some restaurant local wise that you recommend to people to hit up when they're on tour?
For out here in Phoenix?
Well, Phoenix or in any place where you've toured or done shows.
Let me see. Well, Phoenix, Pete's Fish and Chips is a major spot you need to come to, and it's just like a little fast food joint. You get your fucking shrimp and fries. It's fucking so good, man. Their secret sauce, along with their chicken patties and what their hamburgers or monster burgers are phenomenal. When it comes to Mexican food, there's La Piñata up here, and it's a Mexican restaurant, but they actually do make my favorite hamburger here in Phoenix. Hamburger fries, they get down, so they put hamburger shops to shame, and I love them for that. And let me see. One thing I've been missing up down south, man, is a fucking Bojangles.
Oh yeah.
Me a fucking Bojangles, and that shit would be fucking phenomenal. Blake's Lottaburger in motherfucking New Mexico. We used to have those here in Phoenix, but now you got to go to Tucson for that. It'd be good to get one of those back here.
I mean, this place is like well known everywhere. I don't know if you have any in Arizona, but it's a Tex-Mex place. It's called Fuzzy's Tacos. It's really good.
And so is it Mexican food?
Yeah, it's like Tex-Mex food, but it's really good.
Tex-Mex. Okay, cool. Hell yeah.
Like probably the best grilled shrimp taco I've ever had. Like I love feta, but if you've ever had feta cheese on a taco, whoo.
There you go, bro. Now you're talking my language, bro. When I went out to Denver for the first couple of times, I went out to some of the Mexican restaurants in downtown Denver, and I was a little skeptical. I'm like, man, because I'm right here in Phoenix, Arizona, and I was like, I'm on my like you said, the shrimp taco trip, so I was just so impressed by every place I went to in Denver. I went to Los Chingones in Denver, phenomenal shrimp tacos. I went to Machetes in Denver, phenomenal fucking shrimp tacos, bro. And I was like, wow, that shit's really cool, man. Like, I came back home and I put home to test right now. So right now,
there's all those like good little sit-down restaurants in Colorado, those Mexican ones, and then there's those little family-owned ones that are really good.
Yeah, for mariscos right here, and that's the shrimp and shit. We got a pretty good one in the Pacifico, and it's a little higher price, but man, that's where the big boys go to. It gets you some exotic shit, pineapple and shrimp and crazy shit like that.
Oh yeah, I remember when like DCG Con happened in 2018, like when Sky came on, I told everyone in our crew, I'm like, okay, you guys are in Colorado. I promise to treat all you guys when you come to Colorado to try some good actual Mexican food. And I took them to this place up the street from the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, now you know why Colorado, we're known for our good Mexican restaurants too.
Oh yeah, most definite, dude. I was really impressed when wifey and I went down there. I was like, damn, the Mexican food is bomb. I was impressed. Salute to Denver, Colorado, and all them badass chefs out there.
Oh yeah, there's also a really good like fast food joint, like originally out of Kansas. I think it's called like Freddy's or Fred's, but it's so good.
Kansas.
But yeah, it's originally out of Kansas, but you like see it. They're like in Colorado.
Kansas City Mo, or Kansas?
I think Kansas City, Kansas.
Oh, okay.
Just so like Kansas State is where it's based out of.
I haven't had the pleasure to make it out there to Kansas.
It sucks, dude. It fucking sucks here.
How about the scene? You guys got some killers out there?
Dude, I just went to a show in Wichita, which is like one of our biggest cities in Kansas, outside of Kansas City, which fucking Missouri can claim that too. So,
right.
But the show in Wichita was the fucking no bluffing tour with Mattapelli.
Fucking sick, man. How was the turnout?
It was pretty decent, dude, and that was the first show I ever hosted.
That's good, bro. That's good. Mattapelli got mad love. We just did the hot wing / hot sauce challenge on the GRE
were you
channel.
On there? Yeah, dude. Fucking Grim Reality, dude. Unknown Caprice.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Was Unknown down there? Mad love the Unknown Caprice, man. Fuck yeah, dog. That boy's
Unknown
out there
Caprice,
getting it,
dude. I love his shit, dude.
All I gotta say is next time I do want to do a hot wing challenge with you guys. I think that'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Oh yeah. It is fun, man. It is fun. We on the segment that or the episode that I had the blessing to be on was out there in Denver, and it was met with Mattapelli and Plan Z.
Yeah, they released that on YouTube a few days ago, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Dosha was actually in that challenge too.
Yeah, I watched that, man. I mean, the first, dude, I think ours was either the first or second night of that tour, and the turnout for ours was pretty fucking good. It was awesome.
So Scotty, you hosted it, or you're an artist yourself? You rap yourself?
Oh, you're just, fuck no, dude.
You're just a leader, or you're just a leader in your community?
I mean, before I leave this earth, I will fucking bust a rhyme. No fucking doubt about it.
Hell yeah, dog. Hell yeah.
Dude, I've been down with this scene for fucking over 20 years. You know, my first tour was Jekyll Brothers tour.
Dope.
First Joker's card I ever heard was fucking Riddle Box. I'm old, dude. I'm fucking gonna be 44 here in 10 days.
Oh, you're a baby. Come on now.
Yeah, right.
Hey, your Uncle Phoenix, he had his 45th at Gorefest, homie. You know what I mean? So.
Oh yeah, that's what's up, man. Dude.
Hey, man. Hey, and that's what salute, bro. You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean. We still, you know what I mean? It was crazy back in the day, man. So to be out here living life, keep putting our best foot forward, and doing what you love to do, man. And that's why you're hosting these motherfuckers like that,
dude. That's what the shit is about, man. Like for real.
You got the right to speak on that, bro. You know what I mean? And salute to you, Scotty, man. Very nice to meet you, dude.
Like Scotty's been saying in the chat, hashtag for the culture, and the other hashtag we've been now using a lot lately, hashtag underground unity.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you, I had a big epiphany just in the past, couple weeks.
Good. What is it?
I'm gonna tell you, I went to the Certified Psychos tour in Denver. Okay, which was on the 30th of September.
You got some dope footage, bro.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you, I don't live in fucking Denver.
Nope.
My son, my 18-year-old son, for months has been wanting to go to see My Chemical Romance.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he bought them tickets like weeks ago. Okay, so he got the tickets. He asked me and his mother if we would take him there to Denver to go see it. Now, my son just recently started working for me where I'm at.
What is he doing? What do you do? What do you do?
I'm a account manager for a dietary area in a nursing home.
Okay. Hell yeah. So he's up in the nursing home helping you out?
Doing
his thing?
Yeah, I'm his boss.
Well, respect, man. Respect to your baby boy, man, doing his thing too, man.
Well, he turned 18 years old, and I was like, dude, you got to start working. So,
my baby boy, he just turned 18. He just graduated, and I was just telling Don Chaos, he just flew out with us to his first Gore Fest this year, and his first time in Denver. He earned that, and it's a good time. A lot of people, they treat their kids when they turn 18 like a lot of people be like, "You're 18, you need to get out."
Oh,
but we weren't raised like that, man. You know what I mean? And we're blessed enough to be like, hey, man, because they're still babies at that era. You know what I mean? So
dude, when their wings are ready to fucking spread and they can fly off and be on their own,
right?
Who better to tell than their parents?
Right, man. You a cool motherfucker, Scotty, man. Respect, homie.
I'm just saying.
No, you're talking facts, bro. You're talking facts.
But I don't even know where at my store, dude. I went to the Certified Psycho store.
Yeah.
My whole shit. I really wanted to talk to Chaos about this.
Yeah, go ahead and talk about it.
Oh, you're bringing that pussy up in here.
Yeah, one of the cats wants attention.
Money shot. All right, but dude, I don't even know where I was going with this.
You said you had an epiphany.
Dude, here. Basically, definitely, I could tell, Chaos has a lot of artists on here, and you can tell the ones that are out for the juggalo clout and all that, and, just want to say what you want to hear, promote their shit, say certain things that they think will appeal to people. Dude, you're a real motherfucker, and I can totally sense that. the whole fact you talked about body count,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can tell how fucking old school you are.
Yeah,
Because
brother.
I grew up on that shit. I remember the fucking Cop Killer fucking album cover getting pulled from fucking stores, you know,
Yeah,
taking
yeah.
the song off there. And yeah, because I had
Remember
the
Two
original.
Life Crew and Band in the USA came
Yep.
out. You
Yep,
know,
dude,
that was
I
real
used to
crazy
listen to-
era.
Yeah. That's what I like grew up on. I was like 8, 9, 10 years old.
Yeah, bro.
And,
For real.
Luke Skywalker, you know,
Straight up, stealing my dad's tapes. You know, and that's who I learned who Luke Skywalker and Two Life Crew was through my pops. You know, because in his badass car and his badass sound system, he had the dopest sound system. And I think, you know, props to my dad, man. He's the most awesome man. He's my hero, dude. You know, I'm blessed to have a vato like that, and my mom too. You know, and they're still with me, nice and strong, and we're all, you know, as healthy and good looking as ever. You know what I mean? And we're enjoying the time with each other like now, man. Like what you're doing, bro. You know,
Yeah,
hard
it's
work.
cool to hear how you discovered the Clowns and Isham in '94 when a lot of people didn't really know about them.
You know, a lot of people right now were babies. You know what I mean? Or not even born yet. You know what I mean? This is fucking 94. You know?
Hell yeah, dude. That's the shit, man.
You're the shit, Scotty. Right on, man.
No, you keep
Hell
going,
yeah.
dude. For real.
Well,
Thank you,
Scotty
bro.
is
Thank
the
you.
shit because Scotty founded Carnival Spirits.
Hey, man. You guys are doing it, man. Much love to you guys.
That's what's up, dude. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, okay. I'm trying to get back into this certified psycho shit. Okay.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Watching, I mean, if you've been on the channel and you've seen footage of that show in Denver, I took that footage. I was right there, you know, filming all that while I was getting, you know, pummeled in the back or, you know, but had different good interactions. It felt kind of like an old crowd.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because this shit I haven't seen this shit. Last time I saw it, Twisted was in 2012. Last time I saw Blaze was in 2006. I mean, I saw ABK at the Super Gathering in what, 2019?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he didn't play when, you know, the fucking 21st happened.
Mm-hmm.
So,
go ahead, Scotty.
I was going to say, seeing all them together and the way they did a medley of all these fucking psychopathic tracks
Sick.
that I fucking grew up on.
Yeah.
And listened to all these years. And holy shit, man. It was a really good feeling being able at my age
that it's still alive, that we're all still here to be able to experience it. You know, I feel you, man.
That magic was there, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, back in the day, if you actually grew up in this shit and like saw
it was rougher. It was rough. It was rough. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, it wasn't as easy as it was now, man. It was, you know, now I think there's way more unity now than back then. It was real cutthroat. Just trying to, you know, do anything. There's a lot of more hate. I think there was a lot more hater shit back then than there is now, because I feel the love now like never before.
Oh, dude, then are you disconnected from social media or what?
Myself?
Yeah.
Well, like I was telling Don earlier, like I run my life off respect. You know what I mean? And everyone who knows me, I don't have beef. I've never really had beef, homie. You know, because like I said, I lead by respect, one, and I get respect back. And there's no reason for me to get caught up in any beefs or anything like that.
Good.
I'm saying, are you? Is it like a willfully ignorant part or what? I mean, are you staying away from that shit?
Yeah, bro. Like again,
Or-
like I was telling Don, like my playlist consists of 80s tracks from back in the day, dude. I'm way out the loop when it comes to anything negative or hater. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, what else do you listen to? Like
I listen to like Lebanon Hanaway, Lebanon Hanoff, and she passed away Prayers, you know, Rammstein. I listen to fucking Debbie Gibson. I listen to fucking
Dude, my older sister loved Debbie Gibson, dude.
I listen to, you know,
Electric
Madonna.
Youth and
I
shit.
listen to fucking Culture Club. I listen to Prince. I listen to, you know what I mean? Like,
What
more
was the very first music group that ever got you interested in music?
the music group. I mean, like music group. I remember.
I mean, it
no,
doesn't
listen.
have-
No,
no,
let
Michael
me tell you.
Jackson. Michael Jackson was.
No, I told Don about the Thriller when I saw Horrorcore. That intrigued me when Michael Jackson Thriller dropped and it showed the scary music with scary movies mixed. I was like,
Right.
but like the group, like back in the day, fucking breaking. I'm talking in the 80s.
Yeah.
Breaking to Electric Boogaloo, but fucking Run DMC.
Okay.
But check it out, the fucking Fat Boys, bro. The fucking Fat Boys.
Fuck yeah.
The fucking Fat Boys. I love that shit, man. And I love, like, you know, to laugh and like to see like they're using hip hop in more than just a aggressive way, you know.
Dude, when the Twist came out, that was fucking hype as fuck.
Dope, man. You know, Fat Boys.
When they did Are You Ready for Freddy off Nightmare on Elm
Yes.
Street 4
Yeah.
on the soundtrack, dude, I was like, holy shit, fuck yeah.
Straight up, bro. You
That
know
was
what's
like
up.
that was my wicked shit when I was a little fucking kid. You know what
Straight
I'm
up.
saying?
You asked me like one of my, you know, so off the top, I just, you know, I know back in the day, motherfucking, there was Run DMC, and I remember I had a cousin who was like, Run DMC. I was like, Fat Boys. You know what I mean? He'd be like,
Right,
fucking Run
yeah.
DMC. I'll be like, no, Fat Boys. You know what I mean? And that was probably one of the first competition beefs, imaginary.
Right. Yeah. I think my favorite Run DMC shit that I remember was when they collaborated with fucking Aerosmith.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
With Walk This Way.
Walk This Way.
I just
Yeah,
love
like
when artists of two different
86,
genres will come
87.
together.
But check this out. One of my fucking off of that, I think, like, to spawn that was when 2 Live Crew crossed with Motley Crue with hanging with the Homeboys. Oh no, Dr. Feelgood. Yeah, the movie was called Hanging with the Homeboys, but the song was Dr. Feelgood.
You got to be fucking kidding me.
And 2 Live Crew did the cross with fucking Dr. Feelgood. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Is that on Spotify?
It is, bro. 2 Live Crew.
I have never fucking heard that, dude. And I was,
hey, man,
I was balls deep into fucking Motley Crue back in the day, dude.
that has got to be absolutely one of the fucking dopest crossovers, bro. 2 Live Crew and motherfucking Motley
Yeah,
Crue.
I've always
never
loved
fucking knew that.
crossover songs like
Dr. Feelgood.
when Marilyn Manson did that track, The Omen, with DMX. Woo!
DMX was a bad motherfucker,
that was
man.
off Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood.
Yeah, that was awesome. I got to see Marilyn Manson in my time too, man. Magnificent
Me too.
show.
Me
Scary
too.
back in the 90s, in the late 90s. Them motherfuckers were
saw
scary
that.
motherfuckers. The crowd was scary, dude. It was different.
Yeah,
you
it
really
was.
see real zombies, real scary fucking vampire dudes, real fucking Columbine looking dudes with fucking fangs and shit.
Dude, yes. Like that whole fucking year. I saw Marilyn Manson and like L7 opened up for him. It was the Antichrist Superstar tour. And it happened over here in Wichita.
Antichrist Superstar, yeah, bro. That
Yeah.
shit.
Oh,
That gets
dude.
major player. That whole fucking album was sick. I used to train to that shit.
Yeah, that's one of my like top 4 or 5 albums I fucking love.
Hell yeah.
Antichrist Superstar, absolutely.
Fuck yeah. Man, soundtracks. Heavy Metal 2000. Heavy Metal 2000, one of my most favorite fucking soundtracks out there, dude.
Yes.
Take a Bite Out of Rhyme. Fucking,
Dude, yep.
yeah, that shit was
100%.
pretty cool.
Don't forget the Space Jam soundtrack.
Yeah.
That shit was diverse. They had soul, R&B, hip hop.
Who was on that? Who was on that, Don?
There was a lot of people. Like there was Salt and Pepper was on there. You got Busta Rhymes and Be Real and Method Man and shit on there.
And R. Kelly with
Back
I
when
Believe
R.
Back
Kelly
in
was the
July.
shit before the dumb shit came out about it.
It's a whole other era, a whole other
That
time.
yeah, for sure was.
I know, and it sucks because back then we can all say we loved R. Kelly back in the day.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Another
Oh,
king.
shit.
Another
What
king.
were we talking about before Space Jam?
Soundtracks.
Lost Highway was very good.
Oh shit.
Dude, Smashing
Yeah.
Pumpkins.
Lost
haven't heard that.
Highway, bro.
Dude, Smashing Pumpkins. That song is so fucking fresh.
Yeah, that's one of my fiance's like top favorite bands of all time is Smashing Pumpkins.
Well, make sure she has heard because it was a slept on track.
The fucking Blade 2 soundtrack. Blade 2 it had a fucking some hits on that bad boy.
Hell yeah.
Dust to Dawn.
And one of my favorite current like
Fucking
soundtracks.
Pulp
I mean, the
Fiction,
movie
dude.
came out a few years ago, but it's still like a current soundtrack for like kind of a current movie. The soundtrack to the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
Shit, my son Emiliano, he's into Doom, all the Doom soundtracks.
Yes.
He's just hardcore fucking this. My son, man, he's gonna be the next animated greatness right here, man. Out of my stable. He, like I said, he's in the 94th percentile, and in testing, man, for a fucking fourth grader, and.
Damn.
His drawing, like his animation drawing, he just got a new tablet for his birthday, and he's already bringing his drawings to life. And in the first like 2 weeks, I've seen some magnificent shit. So I could only imagine what the next 5 years are gonna bring from this dude, man.
Oh,
yeah, dude. Yeah,
I'm just
absolutely.
very proud, man. Very
I
fucking
always
proud,
love
Dad.
animation. I've always had a good fascination. Like when I see people that I know that can draw good, I'm like, God, I wish I could draw that good.
Yeah, myself too. Like my dog Silver Serpent. The only guy who's done my ink work for me, man, and my dearest cousin. He draws so fucking good. He's done a lot of artwork for the Mindless Corpse organization. Some of my album covers, and the dude, I just watch him do his thing. Even at the Metapelli show, I was like, hey man, I asked Plan Z, hey, you mind if he grabs your display? Dry erase display, and let my cousin do some, shading and whatnot. And he just add a little bit of shade, little this and that, and brought the snake to life. And you know what I mean? I was like, I love to watch him do that, man, because I can't do that. That's one thing that I wish, I love people who could do that.
Yeah, you totally blew my mind when you told me in that Daniel Jordan video that was you playing the devil. I'm like, oh my God, really?
Yeah, man. Me and Daniel Jordan go back like fucking 12, 13 years. And
That dude is talented.
Yeah, mad talent, man. And again, like if I could speak on like Esham, man, Esham has brought so much positive things to my life. The music, just the frequency. Like my wife and I met each other off of Esham's song, and spawned this whole fucking thing that I have today because of that
What
frequency.
song was that? What song?
It was you better ask a bitch because I'm a hog about it. Yeah. Swerving on the freeway, drunk up Bacardi. Motherfucking TNT. It's that song right there, man, that I used on my pager that I would leave on my pager before a cell phone pager as my message, and I would just, and this one right here, just off that fucking song or just off that verse from Nodis and Esham, was enough to fucking, because nobody heard that type of music here in Phoenix back then. It was this guy right who was bringing the sound to here in the Southwest. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
it was dope, man. Like I said, like just to say, thank you to Esham and Real Life Product and Devil in the Moon. Like I'm a product of the Devil in the Moon, and
that's what's up, dude. That's
like,
fucking dope.
Like Daniel Jordan, he's my brother for life, and that's another something that Esham brought to me because of my loyalty and my love for Esham. Like I said, like back in the 90s, I was one of the first to know about Esham. I was one of the first to bring and let everybody in the hoods know about this music. Now people look at him like, you know, they say I could die now once they meet Esham. You know what I mean? It's like an Elvis Presley. You know what I mean? In my hood, in some of my sectors here in Phoenix, Arizona, they look up to Esham like that, like a God. You know, and that's just you know, again, another thank you to Ian.
The thing about Esham, he's human as fuck, and he lets you know that when you're like in person with him.
You know,
He's
too.
human as fuck.
I've met a lot of my heroes, and you know, when I was a kid, like again, I was in high school when I learned at Esham, but Esham was the best. Like I hands down, when you meet your hero and he's everything that you ever thought he would be, that's fucking Esham to me. You know what I mean?
Or you meet your hero and they are just as better than you thought they were going to be.
That's Esham to me. That's Esham to me. Like I got, you know, back, and this is 2006 when we were one of the first. I produced this song. It's called Real Wicked Shit. It's on SoundCloud. It ain't on YouTube because it's part of some real underground shit. But it's called Real Wicked Shit, and it's featuring myself, the Dark Side Immortal DSI, and Esham and Lavelle. And it's called JJ Sosick. And JJ Sosick, much love to you, Justin. I hope you're doing well out there, man. But JJ Sosick, back in the early 2000s, one of my artists, he was gonna blow the fuck up, you know. But life crazy out there, and all you can do is just, you know what I mean, send that love and do the best you can in the power that you have when you had it.
Right.
Facts.
Yeah, man.
Dude, that's the shit. I'll tell you my experience with Esham. Okay? Are you ready? It's a story.
Good.
I love the shit out of Esham. That's the end part of the story. Okay?
Yeah.
Esham, I was introduced to around the same time I was introduced to ICP. Okay?
Right.
I had this dude way back in the fucking day. He burned me off a CDR of some. I was a bowling alley DJ at that time. Okay.
Dope.
So I was like, you know, you got to look for different avenues of where to get music. You know, will it be we used to have them fucking little mini discs. Okay. They had CDs and then they came out with mini discs.
Okay.
They would hold like 240 songs.
I remember those. They were all thick and shit, right?
Yeah. And I thought I was a shit when I first got them, you know.
They were expensive. They're expensive.
They were. And I was kind of balling at that time. I mean, $6.50 was pretty high at that time.
Yeah, at that time.
For an hour, you know. Nothing like it is now. Where shit.
I remember what $10 an hour was fucking, you were out of control balling.
Holy shit, yeah. $10 an hour is like, fuck yeah, I'm rolling now. And then $12 hit, and it was like, yeah, not too bad. Yeah.
Yeah, but now fucking a fucking Big Mac meal is fucking $8. You know what I mean? Like,
are you talking about the adult one?
Yeah, well, of course. Yeah.
I'm tempted, dude. I'm really tempted to get one, but I don't know yet.
Yeah, they just dropped the Halloween Happy Meals, right?
Are they out? I heard the 18th is when they come out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I got to go and get me a Happy Meal just to get those motherfuckers.
I mean, it's not gonna be an actual lid on it. It's like a weird plastic thing in between the handle. So I don't think you get a lid with that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to him about, man, remember how dope the fucking toys were back in the day from McDonald's?
Yes.
A Happy
Even
Meal.
Burger King used to have
Yeah, bro. Toys. The He-Man glass. I got He-Man glasses that are still in my cupboards, man, from the 80s. Actual glass. He-Man looking fucking dope. You know what I mean? From Burger King.
That's
even
crazy.
People don't realize back then Taco Bell used to have a kids meal, and they had some bomb ass toys. Like they had some cool ass Star Wars ones back in the day.
I remember the fucking Book It program. Did you guys have the Book It program back in the day with Pizza Hut? And you just had to read some books, and Man,
You get 5 stars. You get a personal pan pizza.
I was a book reading motherfucker in 3rd grade. In 4th grade, like, I mean, I guess it just spawned off that imagination because I think in 3rd grade is when I learned about those choose your own adventures.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Those were super dope.
Dude, those were intense.
Have you ever played Morton's List?
No, myself, I haven't, man. I saw you guys advertising, and I've seen it at some of the gatherings or whatnot, but I've never taken the time to learn.
Well,
how
when
to
we all
play.
hang out, we're gonna get you playing your first game. It's fun as hell.
Sick,
Dude,
bro.
100%.
Sick.
Look, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to play my first one while I was like in Detroit a few years ago. It was awesome.
What was your quest, Chaos?
It was to go visit history and relive history. And where did I end up? I was just 6 minutes down the street from the Dog Beat site. I visited the Fillmore, the Majestic Theater, the legendary St. Andrews Hall.
Yes.
That's dope. Did any of these require a trip to 7 Mile?
We actually did. Where we saw ABK, it was actually on 7 Mile, I believe, where it was.
That'd be dope. I think that Uncle Phoenix would get a lot of love out there at 7 Mile. I think Uncle Phoenix would get more love at 7 Mile than 8 Mile. Nah, I get love both at both places, but I could go to both of them.
And that's another thing. When I went to Detroit, yes, Colorado does have good Mexican food, but when you go to the actual Mexican joint that ICP's name dropped in their music so many times,
oh, that's sick.
Such
that's
good
sick.
Mexican food. Whew.
Yeah. Oh, well, you were in Mexican town?
Yes.
That's dope. That's dope. I can't wait to go see and compare, well, I already like at the gathering, I want to say 2012. I was there with fam from Detroit with Sabu and shit, and they showed me the utmost love. But their fucking weed was phenomenal, man, and just the greatest fucking nephews. You know what I mean? And I was just so impressed, and I can't wait to go to Detroit. I've never been.
You got to. It's a nice city, especially to go there around the Halloween season. It is awesome.
Dude, I already told my wife tonight, okay? Next year, during the Hallowicked season, we're going to take the pilgrimage. We're going to hit up all the events, and we're going to take our kids.
Oh, yeah.
Like our younger kids that will never get to experience this stuff.
And how far is Detroit from you, Scotty, like driving wise?
I want to say I went to Hallowicked in 2000, which was fucking 22 years ago.
Jeez.
I mean, it shows you
Time is flying. Time is flying.
22 years ago, I went to my first and only Hallowicked. And
Dope,
it's when
man,
Bizarre Bazaar dropped, and it's when Freak Show dropped.
Yeah.
And we got them in our Hallowicked box. It took about 23 hours, I want to say, to get
that. Ain't bad.
23 well,
I'm sure back then that would have felt like a longer time.
It didn't matter back then, dude. I was like 22 years younger.
Fucking
my body could handle that.
Yep. Bizarre Bazaar, man. Freak Show. Wow.
Yeah.
And man, the very first time that I got to do something major with psychopathic artists or whatnot back in the day was for the Green Book tour.
Hell yeah.
And that was with Twisted. And one of my homies, Sinister, was homies with Mad Rocks, and he approached them up at a show in Tempe. Somebody had fell off, and opportunity had opened up, and my dog Sinister called me up, and he said, "Hey, Mad Rock, hey, someone fell off. If we could do this," and I was like, "What?" I said, "Put him on the phone," and he said, "What's up? It's Mad Rock." I said, "Hey, man, boom." He's like, "Man, are you gonna come rock it with us? If you could get down here," but I was like, "Man, I'll be there." And we assembled a team, and we went down to Tempe, and we rocked it. And this is the Green Book tour, and Twisted was like, "Oh man, you guys came through. That shit was dope. Would you guys like to go to New Mexico? I mean, to Tucson?" And so we were like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, we would." And we didn't have no means to. We were just younger cats at this time, man. And my grandma, my Nana Mary, was still alive at the time, and I come to my Nana because I come to my grandma for anything, because she was my queen, and I never really asked for anything. And I said, Nana, I said, hey, got this opportunity to go on tour, a little quick show with Twisted. You know, this is one of my first career major moves.
For sure.
And my Nana, my grandma, you know, 70 some years old, said, here, come pick me up. Let's go get a rental vehicle for you. And you guys go do your thing.
Oh.
And so we picked up my little Nana, went and got a rental van. Shout out to Tucson. Did the Green Book show with Twisted and Wolfpack, and then they were like, hey, we're going to New Mexico next. Would you guys, you know? And we're like, fuck yeah, man. And my, you know, if it wasn't for my grandma, you know, rest in peace now, but she was one of the to make that major state happen for me on this professional. That was my first professional move right there. And had not been for my grandma to do that major move for me, you know, who knows what.
Yeah, I had that same relationship with my grandma. Like, I loved my grandma like to death, and she spoiled me. She was always very supportive of me.
Right. You know, as you should. You know what I mean? Like, God, it's the
she
best.
Never judged me.
Yeah, you know, and then like the black sheep. I was always the black sheep, juggalo, and a lot of people didn't understand, or even that I smoked weed back in the day. They used to be real harsh because motherfucker ain't working for the city, or motherfucker ain't but they didn't understand that I had a fucking dream. They didn't understand that, you know, like, man, this is not, oh, he's getting high. No, this motherfucker's medicating. This motherfucker is plotting some genius shit up here, you know. Back then they were so, you know, closed-minded, you know, but my grandma, she always had my back, and that's just, you know, a story that I'm sharing with you, Don Chaos, and that's just a factoid of my career, bro. Like,
my grandma was the same way, and she would tell you how it is, which was good.
Oh yeah, right. Straight up, man. And you know, blessings to your Nana, man. You know what I mean? To your grandma and to everybody's grandma out there, man. Uncle Phoenix loves that. You know, be good uncles, be good parents, be good grandparents. You know what I mean? Because it lasts forever. Those influences last forever. And those little gestures and things
family
to do.
Doesn't always have to be blood related. Like Scotty, he's literally my brother. Like, literally.
For sure, Chaos, man. I fucking love
And
you.
our homegirl Roxy, her mom calls me Mijo a lot when she sees me.
Yeah. Straight up pimp shit, bro. That's exactly that's so true, man. It doesn't take blood to be family. You know what I mean? And like you said, like that, like my grandpa on my dad's side, Big Joe, Dr. Joe. I love him forever. He's the biggest icon ever here in Phoenix, Arizona. This dude right here, he just lived through positivity, man. You know, and passed it on like power. You know what I mean? Be the best person you could be. If you're gonna do it, be the best, Dario. That's my name, Dario. Fucking do your push-ups, be kind, be nice. You know what I mean? Because through power comes responsibility, not no bully shit. You ain't gonna rise up being a fucking bully. You know, power comes responsibility, and you take that power like Sensei and Master Sensei and fucking do some kindness and fucking teach, be a teacher. I mean, like
exactly. That's why I say spread good karma and you'll get good karma back in return.
Our fucking grandparents, man. You know, on my dad's side, I got to go with my grandma through Mexico with her. You know, that's something I got to share with my dad's side. But on my mom's side, right here, where I'm chilling at right here, like she's my angel who made that twisted opportunity happen for me. You know, with Psychopathic back in the day, that was a major power move, man. And that's eternal. And I don't think I'd be sitting right here like this if it wasn't for that move that my grandma made for me. You know,
yeah,
so.
Hard work pays off. Like me and Scotty never thought, like for us in our Carnival Spirits crew, that we would be hosting an event with Psychopathic. And when we did that at DCG Con, we were like, are we dreaming? Holy shit.
Hell yeah, and I'm sure TJ went through the same shit at the gathering for that podcast event. You know, fucking just amazing shit happens. You
See, a lot of
grinding,
people don't realize, a
going.
lot of us at Carnival Spirits, we legit have connections with these artists, like friendships, and these artists we don't consider them our connections. We literally, they're our homies, like Darby. That's our homie, literally.
Right. You know, like I said too, there's no you, there's no me, dog. You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
Like Scum and Insane Poetry, those are literally my big brothers. Those have been like my mentors too. Scotty has been like my mentor with this shit too.
To fam right here on the chat line right here, your grandma passed away last year. Mad love to your nana, mad love to your grandma,
Yes.
mad love to you. You know what I mean? That's an angel looking down on you now. And as long as you keep speaking her name and remember all the good things, she lives on. You know what I mean? That's why I speak of what I'm speaking on, because that's my way of still giving them the wings. Still, wherever they're at right now, just speaking on there and the influence of the little, it means everything on this frequency. Everything.
Yep, that's how I am with my grandparents. I still talk about them as if they were still here. I do the same thing with my uncle, who is more like a dad to me and stuff.
Yeah, bro. Oh, so like I was saying about my grandpa, like you were saying, it doesn't take blood to be family. My grandpa, Big Joe, would take strays off the street, not in a sense like bums off the street, but like back in the day, uncles, they're my uncles that they're not blood, but like somewhere they're my uncles. You know what I mean? And then when I got old enough to realize that my grandpa raised these guys, you know what I mean, and they called him father, and they called me nephew, and I call him uncle, and they're not even my blood, you know what I mean, but they are my blood, you know what I mean. And then I look at this guy, this man, who wasn't rich, who didn't have mansions or whatnot. He had power, yes, but his power was in influence like that, doing good for, and it's showing motherfuckers like us, like you, Scotty, like you, Don Chaos. You know what I mean? It doesn't take blood to be family, bro. You know what I mean? It just takes a real man and a real motherfucker, or a real motherfucking woman, or a real motherfucker. You know what I mean? To raise somebody and teach them.
Real, recognize real.
Straight up. Yeah, man. Shout out to all my senseis. Shout out to my Uncle Big Joe. Shout out to my Theo Frank. Shout out to my Sensei Chris. Shout out to my Shihan. Rest in peace. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to you in the chats. What's up? I'm sending love to everybody on the chat. I'm just seeing that, and I'm seeing you here. I'm just overtaken with love. Thank you, Don Chaos and Scotty Balls. DCD, motherfucker, in the house.
Hell yeah, and you're always welcome on the show anytime, bro. Anytime.
Thank you, Don Chaos. Fuck yeah, man. Episode 187. We making history, bro.
Hell yeah, and of course, here's your time to plug in whatever you want to plug in.
I'm Uncle Phoenix, aka the Evil the Devil, and vice versa. The one and only Mindless Corpse Organization, OG, GRE fam, Grim Reality Entertainment in the motherfucking house. And I'm chilling with Don Chaos, and I'm chilling with Scotty Balls, DCD, and we having a good discussion, man. And I want to plug everybody at GRE. Mad love to everybody at GRE. Let me see. You see my eyeballs. I got love for everybody out here, man. From the real. Rest in peace to motherfucking long live EJ Prophet, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to Silver Serpent, Max Phoenix, Lucifer Martini, and all GRE. Yo, I got to give a special shout out to my homeboy Brett As Is, our one comedian on the GRE label. He's out there doing his thing, and it ain't easy out there for a pimp. So play on SA, you know what I mean? And just mad love to everybody on the motherfucking roster. Mad love to my family back home. Shout out to Bel Air NY, my sponsor. Yo, go and subscribe to AZ Leaf Blowers. We're going to have a giveaway October 31st. Check out the episodes with Blazing with Uncle Phoenix. We're talking mental health. mental wealth, motherfucker. GRE up.
So yeah, I would be down to be on an episode of that.
Dude, I'd love to have you on the episode, man. And Scotty Balls too, and everybody, man, you know, because it's all about love, dude. And I appreciate what you've done tonight, man, and having me on here to spread my word.
Hell yeah, like I told you earlier, you can also, like, if you want anyone that deserves to be on the show, send them my way.
Well, all GRE artists should be on this somewhere, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I
And,
interviewed you.
man.
I've had JP on the show. I've had Mr. Dosha. I've interviewed Sly's Wicked.
I think you'd have a really good time chopping it up with my dog Silver Serpent. That's my dog right here. He's my right hand. He's everything, man. He's my older dog who raised me in a lot of ways as a young buck, and he's been able to see his young dog rise up to the boss that he is. And I'm just honored to have my warrior with me as a lifetime compa, you know what I mean? And shout out to my compa Max, Night Owl, Max Phoenix. I mean, I love all you guys out there. Emiliano Vicente, my motherfucking Mindless Cartel out here, my Gore Whores, my AZ Devil Girls, shit, my zombies, my ghouls, and everything in between.
Yeah,
in the house.
Juggalos, Juggalettes, Cottonmouth Kings.
Juggalos, yeah, you got it. Monsters.
Technicians. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you for joining us, bro. And Scotty, if you want, we'll keep going for a little bit if you want to.
Thank you, Don Chaos. Thank you, Scotty Balls, bro. I had a really good time,
dude.
man. Much love, guys. Yo, Mindless Corpse Organization, mindlesscorpse.com, GRE.net, AZ Leaf Blowers, at Uncle Phoenix on Instagram. Go add this motherfucker and follow everything I be doing. Much love, everybody. Good night.
Later.
Later, man.
Later, guys.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
What's up, Chaos? How you doing?
Chilling.
Same.
Yeah, I just found, and now we can actually get into the topic discussion on the show. So it's a good thing you are on here.
Oh shit! You haven't even started topics.
Nope, I always do the topics right after I have the show
Oh,
on.
well, let's
What
get
I
into
used
it,
to
man.
do is I would do a little bit of topics, then I have the guest on, and then I do topics after they're on.
All right, then you're gonna get my full-blooded fucking thoughts on topics.
Well, I just found out from a post that before he passed away, which makes it more sad, Coolio was actually working on new music in Dublin, Ireland before he passed away.
I think I saw something about that.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna.
That still like hurts me. Like when I say my childhood, Coolio was one of those dudes.
Dude, Coolio was the shit. No doubt about it.
I'm just glad I got to see him during the Happy Days tour. Like I always tell people, still one of the best lineups I've ever seen. ICP, Coolio, Cottonmouth Kings, Kitty, Necro, and Blaze. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's a pretty big fucking lineup, man. Lineups were like that back then.
Yeah.
You know? Pretty fucking fire lineups.
Oh, yeah.
I never saw Coolio live. Coolio definitely had an impact in my musical taste growing up. No doubt about it.
And he was like everywhere in the 90s. I mean, he did the theme song for Kenan and Kel. That show was my childhood.
Yeah. I wasn't like privy to that because I was too old for Kenan and Kel. I was too busy smashing pussy, getting my knob slobbed and shit like that. So I wasn't watching Kenan and Kel at that point, but I was too old for that also.
Yeah, that was like the shit when I was a kid and like my preteens.
Right. I mean, my what I was exposed to was completely different. You know?
Yep. Yeah. So one of the topics we're gonna have is like shout outs to King Zab, who actually just had Chad of Fago Lovers actually on his show.
Yeah.
Which, if anyone's ever watched King Zab's like show where he does. It's just like the Hours of Chaos podcast where he interviews like people, and it's just phenomenal. Like his show is dope.
Is it pretty good?
Yeah,
'Cause I haven't really paid attention because I didn't even know who King Zab was until after the gathering this year.
Yeah,
he just kind of sprang up out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's in that band Scythe 666 gang, and his video editing skills are dope. Like not just for Ouija, of course, he's been doing like video editing for Hex, and he's even been doing it for Mad Child.
Yeah, he did Hexes and Mad Child. Yeah.
And I could see him, even when I had him on the show, I was like, bro, I could see you doing a full-on ICP, like, music video. I could just picture it.
That would be dope, dude, because there's a lot of videographers out right now that are, like, killing it. And, you know, I got to give it up for Dot Strife because, you know, every fucking video I've seen come out from him is fucking fire. He just had Scum and Smalls one, the Blame Us video. Strife shot that. You know, it's fucking fire.
Yeah, he's going places, and he's like part of this generation. Like I've been telling people, there's this new generation of wicked shit and horrorcore artists that like love it and do it for the culture and the love. You have people like Darby, you have Strife, who is mad talented, not just with his video editing, but his music.
Yeah, that's the shit, man. I fucking love it. I love seeing this new generation of people like actually doing stuff in the scene.
And
you know?
Jay even said it on No Jumper. We got to start being like, us older people got to be like mentors to this younger generation.
Right. Like the Merlin to the Arthur.
Like we've watched Wicked Wood grow to where they are. I've watched them play parking lot shows, second stage at the Gathering, campsites, and to watch them headline main stages this year and see them now where they've literally made it. I'm proud of those dudes.
Yeah, for sure, dude. That's fucking awesome. I fucking love Wicked Wood. I'm pretty fairly social media close with Gravebait. You know, I talk to him quite a bit. You know, sometimes I'll hit him up, show him an animation, get his thoughts on it, and he'll give me feedback, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So I fucking love Gravebait of Wicked Wood. Wicked Wood's the shit, dude. That whole fucking album was pretty fucking fresh.
Yeah, I've been telling, we and them have had this running joke, but we're also trying to make it serious. Right? Yes, you guys have always won Underground Music Video of the Year, but if this Wicked Wood self-titled album does not win Underground Album of the Year, we riot.
I mean, there's a lot of contesters up for that spot, though.
There is.
I mean, a lot for this year. And
like one album I'm still bumping, and it came out at the beginning of this year, is that King ISO Get Well Soon album.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a pretty big album. I haven't listened to it personally. I think I grazed over a few songs.
Yeah, King ISO's really dope. And you probably heard that album that he released a few years ago called World War Me or something.
I remember Dementia. That's the last thing I paid attention to.
That shit is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Let's see. What are some other topics? Yeah, Mr. Dosha and Chuckles tomorrow. Y'all can be prepared. They're releasing a collab called Class A. Let's see. What does that say? Let me pull up.
What happened, Chaos?
I don't know.
Okay.
Mike, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, this track is dropping tomorrow. Of course, all know we had Mr. Dosha and Chuckles on the show, which is dope. They're dropping the track together. Hell yeah.
Up. Hell yeah.
Let's see. While I look for other topics, what's something you will want to discuss, bro?
Dude, I could get into anything right now.
Hell yeah.
whatever you want to talk about.
Like, do you ever like find some of those Juggalo related memes where like they're so relatable, but you love it at the same time?
Yeah, I saw an awesome one today.
Like, I have a segment on the show now where I say, here's our Juggalo meme of the week that I found funny that's very relatable. So here's actually the one I found.
Okay, let's see it.
They pull off the banner. It's probably hard to read.
What? No, I've seen it. So.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I see a lot of really great ones because I follow a bunch of assholes who meme.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're assholes, but their shit is pretty funny.
Yeah, like shout outs to Juggalo memes.
Shout out to Juggalo memes. Shout out to Billy the Meme King. Shout out to fucking Shape 138.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they fucking do some killer memes. And,
yes,
you know, a lot of times they're inappropriate and make you feel bad for liking it, but it's fucking hilarious at the same time.
Or if you're like a Juggalo and you're like, yep, that is so relatable.
Yeah.
That's the Juggalo Collectibles where he's been like doing like edits where he's like doing albums, but he's like doing 3D effects on it.
Right. I do want to give a special Carnival Spirits shout out and fuck off to anybody making light of the AMB fucking tour bus wreck. Fuck you. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I told people, even if someone did me wrong, I would never ever wish any harm on him.
Yeah.
Anyway, and that's why I'm glad a lot of us are looking past all this beef and starting to enjoy the music. Like, we've all had discussions like, you know what? This shit's getting old. And there's still people that are trying to milk this shit and feed the fire. And all we gotta say is fuck you to those people. If you're gonna keep feeding into this shit and keep the divide, there's the door. Bye, Felicia.
I mean, it's pretty old at this point. You know, I mean, if you actually like grew up on this shit, I feel so bad for the people that are just now coming into it.
Yeah. Or I feel bad for the people that just made their whole content based off the negative shit.
Yeah, or the people who like never were able to witness like good shit back in the day. Like the whole feeling of brotherhood, the feeling of camaraderie, the feeling of you know, being down for each other no matter what happens in life. You know, and
like shout outs to DJ Clay for even making that post and stuff.
Yeah, and shout out to all the artists out there who, you know, have been behind the curtain and they see all the shit that's going on and can take it for what it is, not have some like blind loyalty. Blind loyalty is a thing, you know.
I know. I've been telling people, you're gonna not fuck with an artist just because of what label they're on and not judge them by their music. Then I was like, it's just like back then when it was the Death Row Bad Boy days, or even back then when it was Death Row and Ruthless. That shit used to be serious back in the day. And now when you look back on it, you're like, that was actually really dumb. I mean, a lot of people got hurt. A lot of innocent people got hurt because of that shit.
There's going to come a point in time where the word Juggalo is going to be forgotten. You know, it's going to be at some point in the history of the world, you know, because even after we're dead, you know, things are going to carry on, right?
Yep.
So the word Juggalo, what are we exactly leaving behind for that word?
Exactly.
Do we
always remember, what are we leaving behind? What are we going to be remembered 4 years from now? Are we going to be remembered of those people that go in the comments and fuck with people and troll people like to literally hurt someone's feelings? Are we going to be known as those people were fighting amongst each other?
Yeah, I remember Juggalos. That was oh no, they listened to two music groups and they started fighting, so they stopped listening to one and listened to the other, and the other one had a drummer and, you know, a guitarist, and, you know, but the other one I also don't care for. I haven't liked any of their music since the original 6 Joker's Card, you know, stuff like just stuff like that.
Yep.
It's going to come to the point where it's so diluted, it's so watered down. The whole shit that we grew up on, or, you know, held so close to our hearts, is going to be muddled down. And I don't want to fucking do that. I don't want to do that with this.
Exactly. And that's why I've been saying we got to weed out the negative people that come into our community and try to feed into the negativity and be like, no, get that shit out of here.
Right. Because, I mean, my kids have grown up with me, like, into this stuff, you know. I saw a post and it said, one of the things our kids don't realize is their parents are not only watching them grow up, they're watching their parents grow up.
Yep.
You know, and I think I made it longer than it was, but as a parent of multiple kids, they are watching me grow up. I'm still growing up. I see my mom still growing up, you know? You're still watching your parents grow up, no matter how old you are.
Exactly. And I tell people, yes, you take care of your kids, but when you get older, eventually they're probably going to be the ones taking care of you.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I feel that.
I mean, I still already help take care of my parents. Like, I always helped take care of my mom and stuff when she was having very bad health problems.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Man. Yeah. My mom is really extremely rough right now. You know, and it kills me. I can't be the one there to take care of her, you know.
Oh, yeah. That's how it felt with my grandma, like, years ago. We all did our best to take care of her, but then it got to where we couldn't, like, okay, we have to now leave it to professionals. We did what we could, though.
Yeah. I can't talk about this, dude. I work in a nursing home, so I deal with death, like, you know, every other day, if not every other week, you know. We lost a really great person today, and it broke me down a few times, you know. Life is too short, man. Life is way too short to hold on to your grudges, your beefs. I mean, I get some of it. A lot of it is minuscule. There is so much worse going on out there in the world. So much worse.
Exactly. And that's why I tell people we are in this world because we want to get away from the bullshit on the outside world. And when people try to bring that in, we're like, no, we come here to get away from that shit.
Right. And I want to say, I think that's a thing that was a common subject with ICP and Twisted back in the day, was the evils of this world. There's so much going on out there, but the whole fact that we have each other as brothers, we're going to be okay.
Exactly.
And when that dissipated, you know, that fucking sucked. But I don't think it's not too late, man.
Exactly. It's
not. There was magic there, and they need to fucking realize that and get back to it.
Exactly. And to realize you can still put on very good shows even together, which is awesome.
They created magic. I mean, just listen to fucking Dark Lotus.
Exactly. That's why they always tell people, what's the feeling you get with this music? I'm like, it's magic. It literally is. It's hard to describe it.
Yeah, there was no category to put it in.
It's like, how many times have people asked you and me when we're at gatherings, how do you describe your feeling at the gathering? Like, I don't know. It's hard to put into words.
Right. when you were trying to like, what kind of music you listen to? Oh, I listen to spiritual music, you know, because it connected on some whole other level.
Exactly. And that's why I like when I have these guests on the show, they're like so diverse too. And I think it shows people, okay, these artists may do a type of music, but they're so diverse in the music they like or the music that influences them.
Yeah, 100%. Like every single human being on this planet has different circumstances. They grew up in different ways. They grew up on different music. You know, they had different life experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some of us were born with both parents. I wasn't. Some of us had, you know, a mother. Some of us had a father growing up. Step parents, you know, step grandparents, you know, all different kinds of situations. Some of us may have been in foster care, you know, multiple different aspects of life. But the whole fact anybody seeing this right now has come to this point in their life to see this conversation, so everybody's different in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that draws you in? This magic that compels you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's that higher power. It's
exactly
the fucking Dark Carnival.
Exactly. And that's why I tell people, yeah, I like Riders, but Lotus is like what speaks to me more because I'm into that spiritual, like occult stuff, and it more speaks to me like that, like speaks to my identity. To like I always tell people, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. Spiritual means you've gone through your own personal hell, 100%. And you can tell people you've gone through that and stuff.
100% Chaos. I feel you on that 100%.
And all we gotta do is say, people who are still trying to ride on this negativity, just stop. Just stop. You're making an idiot of yourself, and you're just showing all you care about is getting the attention from the negative feedback. So we're gonna tell y'all, just stop. Just stop right now.
Yeah, I'm just done with the negativity, you know.
Because could you imagine if there was a tour where it was Psychopathic, M&E, and Monstar Entertainment? How phenomenal that would be.
Well, the original lineup to fucking Lights Out was pretty fucking huge.
Yeah, that was a dope lineup, and all these artists come from like different labels, and that's why I love the track "Stay in Your Lane" off of Lights album, because all these artists are diverse and shit.
Yeah, dude, 100%. Shout out to Light for that. I mean, he kind of did some weird shit at Gorefest, like the following week.
Yeah, but that's another example is we're human. We make mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. But I get it, you know? I get the nerves. I would love to fucking talk to Light, you know? And
all the times I've talked to Light, he's just a mad, chill, humble dude.
Yeah.
He just got a little too crunk, which we all have had that happen, but that's why people always give the best word of advice is if you know you're going to get fucked up, try to save it after you're set.
Everybody is trying to make the best with what they know how.
Exactly.
Light, you know, he has a son.
He was also taking care of his dad.
Yeah. I mean, he has all his own life experiences that he's going through, and he's trying to push this fucking label up.
And I'm proud of him for it.
And I think I want to say everybody that's trying to come up in this Juggalo scene, a grim reality check, but it is a reality check.
Exactly.
You will never be bigger than Insane Clown Posse. If you're trying to come up in this scene.
Yeah. And that's why me and Uncle Phoenix were saying if people are trying to one up each other, they're doing it wrong. We're supposed to lift each other up like the artists.
Exactly.
So even Uncle Phoenix gets it. He's like, there's friendly competition fine. He's like, but if you're trying to destroy someone's career, this ain't the industry for you. If anything, you should lend a hand and help those other artists. Be like, here, I'll help you get on too.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you're never going to be bigger than the Clowns in this scene. Not saying you can't go outside the scene and, you know, flex your skills and do something huge. I mean, Eminem did it, right?
Exactly. Like the artists that are eventually able to out and go do their own thing. Like, yes, Kung Fu Vampire will always have Juggalo shit, but he has gone out and do his own thing, and he's been very successful at it.
Yeah, make it your own. Don't burn. What now? Is Kung Fu Vampire bigger than ICP? Fuck no. You know, but he's content in his area. It feels like, because he's under that umbrella. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And I tell people, actually, that's good, because now we have more music you can listen to. And you have DJ Clay with his Armed Robbery Entertainment. And now you have Hoodoo with his Ear Drug Music.
Yeah, everybody's starting a label, man.
And all these people are still like showing love because they know that ICP helped put them on.
They don't want to see the scene die either.
Exactly. That's why Ouija started Chapter 17, because Ouija was just like us. He was in the crowd just like us, going to shows just like us.
Yeah, Ouija got the blessing.
Yep.
What we got in the chat, Chaos?
My girl's right. She's like what she says right here. That is so correct.
%. Yep.
And then she's right about this.
No, we didn't have the divides. We didn't have them until after what?
And that's why I told people.
Well, there were divides, but nothing in our culture.
Yeah, and people didn't like bring it to
the
forefront.
I don't want to say that. I mean,
there was divide, but people wouldn't be like, oh, well, if you listen to this artist or support this label, fuck you.
Right. I mean, I do remember the 2002 gathering, like the prior gathering. Misery and Twisted had a skirmish. Misery wasn't allowed on the gathering grounds.
Yeah, and that was like considered before the ICP and Twisted thing. That was literally an inner psychopathic beef.
Right, yeah. And it was. I'll leave you missing like twin gats.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where that all came from.
Yep.
Lost deep in the cave with the rats and bats. Dude, Psychopathic Ride is fucking dope. Dude. Yep. Yeah. That's fucking magic. Even that part of it, you know? People don't want to get onto a spiritual level with Psychopathic Rightus. I mean, that shit has magic there too.
It does. And if anything, it's paying an homage to gangster rap.
And it's, yeah, absolutely.
And the whole gimmick is they are stealing used beats.
Yeah, they're stealing used beats. They're dressed.
Why do you think when they would hype up the Psychopathic Rightus album, like that one time they were like, we got this package in the mail and there was a finger in it?
Oh, it's Joe and Joey Records, man.
Yeah, and it said from Joe and Joey Records.
Yeah, so they couldn't get sued. Or if they did, they could take the bump.
Yep.
Straight
and
up.
I think a lot of the inspiration that came from Rightus, if you remember, a lot of people don't know this rap group back in the day, but some people do. Remember the rap group Crips and Bloods?
Yeah, I remember the name.
I think that's what a lot of the inspiration came from, too.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Because that's like West Coast hit rap that a lot of people don't know about. I'm like, y'all never heard of Banging on Wax by Crips and Bloods? They were literally Blood and Crip members, and they did songs to promote unity, and they actually had bars.
Yeah. Yep, I remember that.
You could like go in local record stores and find that in like the independent record section.
Hell yeah. That's what's up.
I'm amazed a lot of people actually, that. That's cool because not a lot of people have heard of that group.
I've heard of Bloods and Crips. I never listened to them, but I remember Bloods and Crips. as a musical group, yes.
Yep, not a lot of people do. People are like, oh, the gangs. I'm like, no, there literally was a group called Bloods and Crips.
Chaos, you gonna play a video or anything?
I can't do that on my phone.
Damn.
But I am going to start doing that on the show when on my computer. I'll like maybe play a music video here and there, or I'll play clips.
Right on. Well, I do want to say I've been working on something all evening. That's going to go up, debut on the Carnival Spirits TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it going to be on the Instagram too?
Eventually, yes.
Okay.
But it's going to debut on the TikTok.
Fuck yeah.
Because, yeah. I mean, we have like maybe 100 something followers on there, but no content. So I'm going to start it out right.
Hell yeah.
With a dope.
Oh, yeah, make sure you guys do follow all of us on all our socials.
Yeah, Chaos will post them in the link below.
Yes. But another good topic I've lined up is this is something you don't hear every day.
That's the shit.
Yeah, I was telling my fiance, I'm like, I've seen Shaggy solo many times, but I've never ever seen a Jay solo set.
You think he's going to show up?
I would hope.
A lot of people are saying, yeah, he ain't going to show up. Violent J doesn't go anywhere alone.
All I got to say is Violent J does what he wants.
Yeah, pretty much. He does.
I mean, it's true. That's just basically how human beings should be also. I do what I want when I want.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and it's 2 days, so who knows? Sounds like a good convention.
Yeah, that sounds right. He's there for 2 days, 18, 19, 20. So it's a 3-day event, and he's there on 2 days.
Yeah, so if you guys get 2 Violent J solo sets, y'all are lucky motherfuckers.
No, he's not performing.
Oh.
It's like a meet and greet thing.
Oh. Well,
like a Comic-Con.
Oh,
like
okay. I thought he was doing like a performance.
No, he's not performing. He's a guest.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, if he was going to do a seminar, that'd be dope.
That would be.
There's nothing like watching a Violent J seminar.
100%, man. They need another one.
Yep.
How many years has it been since they had an actual...
Well, the last time I saw one was the one he did at the 2018 gathering, where it was called Violent J Motivational Speech Seminar, and that was a good one. That one's like recorded either on... I think it's on my Facebook. It's somewhere. But it was like the motivational speech one, and where he was like... That was right before Fred Fury was going to drop. So his motivational speech was like about like fighting back. You only live once, live your life. It was dope. Hell yeah. Big Dave, if you're still watching, you can come in if you want to. You still there, Scotty? You might have to close out and open it back up. Oh, there we go.
All right, I'm back.
Okay, there you are.
Sorry, I had to pee.
All good.
So what are we talking about? We're going to do the hashtag Twisted for the 6th.
There you go. It wouldn't be a 6 without Twisted. Do it. I mean, someone did kind of now make good points when, like, it made me think about, I mean, yeah, it's not the same, but they're like, if ICP can perform Homies without Twisted, then, yeah, I was like, you know what? That's true. ICP does Homies a lot live without Twisted, and no one ever cares about that.
You remember when AMB did the Extraverse?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep, I do.
At this point, come on. Come on.
Come on.
Come on. Life's too short. Your shit is piddly.
Exactly. Oh, it's because Stinkle kept pushing the door open. I know.
I do want to get a fucking huge, humongous, ginormous fucking shout out to Roxy Riddlebox.
Yes, she's awesome.
Yeah, she's amazing. I thank her for her hospitality to me and my family over the past weekend.
Hell yeah. Well, I mean, you've seen the pictures, but Scotty, here's my late fiance.
Hey.
Hello, Amanda.
Hi.
And when we do get married, bro, I would love you to be there.
Dude, 100%. Fucking give me 90 days notice at least.
Well, you got a whole
You have a year.
You have a year to plan because it's going to be Halloween of next year.
Oh, well, shit. Where are you doing it? If it's going to be in Detroit, we'll be there.
Maybe, or it might be in Florida because actually in Florida, the fall in Florida is neither hot or cold. It's just right.
Chaos, you cannot go up against Hallowicked. I just talked to you about this. I'm trying to
Watch
take my
me.
kids
I'm
to see Hallowicked before it's no longer a thing.
Watch us.
Watch us.
Dude, it's a pilgrimage. Hallowicked, yeah.
Oh, yeah. She
And
definitely wants to make it to one.
You know they have multiple events.
I know.
Like
We
throughout the
definitely
day.
want to get her to a show because she wants to go to a show.
Well, maybe, hey, dude, your fucking wedding could be an event next year.
I mean, Scottish Misfit says he is an ordained minister.
There you go.
I actually know quite a few juggalos who are ordained ministers.
We have connects, dude.
I
I'm
thought
just
about
saying.
being one.
I'm just saying, because you can tell they're looking for events to fill up the spaces.
Yes.
I mean, they got Shaggy and the Creep on one day doing an event. And then they have the big money Hustlers, Rustlers, extravaganza.
They would never book us to get married as an event.
Why? Why do you think that?
I don't know. Like,
I've told her that Violent J married a couple on stage.
We could build it up all fucking year. They'd have no choice
Do it.
but to make it an event.
They should.
all right, let's do that.
I mean, we both kind of we're not being cocky. It's just proven fact. People look at me and her as a power couple sometimes. It's kind of fun.
There you go. I'm just saying. Fuck yeah. That would
Okay.
be the shit, man.
All right.
We
we'll
could
see
have
what we can do.
Reunite Sin to come back and sing and Mike P, and they could do fucking Always as
Jane Madrox's gonna be like, "Here comes the bride." Da, da, da,
bruh.
da. That's my worst Madrox impersonation. I
That
know.
would be the shit. You know, if we could do that, we could pull that off. Let's unite the underground this year.
Well, that's why I'm really using the hashtag, and we gotta make sure we use.
Did you freeze? Chat, am I the only one alive or did I freeze? Hello?
We're
There it
good.
is.
Our
Okay.
internet can be weird sometimes.
Oh, the cat's rubbing up against it.
Yep, and the cat's rubbing against
Oh,
it.
there you go. Damn cats. I know.
Mhm.
I got 4 of them in my house.
We have 4 too.
Yeah. They drive me
I've
nuts.
shown her the video of when your cat just jumped on you out of nowhere in a live stream one time.
Yeah, that was exciting.
I was like, if you were to post that anywhere else, you could get many views just from that shit.
Yeah.
Well, we do have a TikTok now. Maybe I could throw that up there.
Do it. Say cat attacks juggalo. Or just say Satan's cat attacks.
But no, man, I don't want to go through my life thinking that what I experienced was a lie.
Exactly.
Because I still feel it there.
And that's why she's always loved our world, that we're like accepting and that we're just people that are seen as bad people, but we're not. She's like, but you guys also have morals. You guys don't accept races. You don't accept pieces of shit. And those are the people that slip. I was like, yeah, and those are the people that try to sneak their way in or weasel their way in, sadly.
Dude, the Wraith Shangri-La sampler, simple and blunt. That's all I can think of right now.
Yep.
Let our music do the killing for you. You'll be all right. You know? It was just that feeling, you know?
Exactly. Whoops.
It's down.
Because a lot of people do feel like that. And they're like, what kind of outlet can I have? You know? Because the fucking world's fucked up.
Yeah, her
We're just
parents
kind
are
of
awesome.
watching the
Her
world
parents
burn.
let her listen to whatever she wanted growing up.
My mom did too, for the most part. You know?
Like, her mom loves Too Short. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, my mom does like Too Short.
I mean, when it got to the point where I straight out of Compton, that was my first like rap album that I bought when I was 10 years old. Okay.
Yeah.
So, of course, I didn't play that shit in front of my mom. I knew there were words on there that she probably wouldn't appreciate, you know. but I listened to the shit out of it, you know, for many, many years. I always had a like hard rock, rap, heavy metal influence in what I grew up on.
Same.
You know, my first concert was Slaughter in Firehouse.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a first show.
And Jackal. Jackal was also there.
Oh, my God.
They like
I've heard that group in forever.
opened the show. My second concert when I was 13 was Def Leppard.
Nice.
The Adrenalize tour.
Nice.
Yeah, and I just went to numerous concerts after that. I mean, I saw Slaughter again. I've seen, Marilyn Manson, Korn.
Yeah, I've seen Manson a few times. He's good live.
Yeah, Slipknot when they were an opener. You know, Megadeth.
She even saw Limp Bizkit before they really blew up, when they were like really good.
Like right when they were right when they were getting really popular. That's when I saw them.
Yeah, I had a friend who saw Limp Bizkit. This was like right when I was getting into ICP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same.
Like Jekyll Brothers.
Yeah.
Was my first like tour. I've heard of ICP before that, but I never really fucked with them because I was like hardcore into Marilyn Manson and Korn and Tool. I fucking love the shit out of Tool, but you know, shit like that. But I still Skid Row was like my main shit.
Oh yeah.
Okay, from the like late 80s, early 90s up to like 95. Skid Row, I like followed everything they did. Until
she was an 80s kid.
Yeah, I'm an 80s kid.
Until Sebastian Bach got the fucking boot and, you know, he went off solo. But Subhuman Race, their last album, was like, you know, I followed their career up until then.
Hell yeah.
Great
That's
fucking
cool.
album.
She's seen like Smashing Pumpkins so many times.
5 times.
5 times.
Yeah.
They're my favorite band.
You know the song I?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
She loves that song.
Yeah, they're my favorite band of all time. I've loved them for decades.
I want to say Trent Reznor or Marilyn Manson produced that track.
Oh, I did not know that.
One of them did.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
It was
one.
on the Lost Highway soundtrack.
Yeah, which is one of the worst movies of all time. But it
Yeah,
has a
the
good
movie
soundtrack.
sucked, but that soundtrack was fucking awesome.
Yeah, the soundtrack was good.
Yeah. And I want to say that's when I was listening to Private Parts soundtrack. The Howard Stern movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that soundtrack. I never watched the movie, but
Great movie.
I liked Howard Stern. I respect what he does, and you know, the shit with ICP throughout the years has been integral. You know, the interviews and everything with Howard Stern were a staple in this Juggalo community.
Mm-hmm. And he's just always shown them mad respect.
Yeah, he has. But the Private Parts soundtrack, Marilyn Manson had a track on there called "Suck for Your Solution." Fucking love the shit out of that song.
Yeah, that's a really good soundtrack.
Yeah. I don't know where I was going with all that, but
she's seen Green Day quite a few times.
Green Day,
dude, yeah.
Sublime.
Tell everyone, refresh them. What's your favorite Green Day album? Easily.
Dookie.
You know. Yes.
Yeah, it's sitting in my car.
It's
my
between
van right
Dookie
now.
and the Kerplunk. One of the it's between those two. Like anything after American Idiot, I'm really not interested in.
American Idiot was fucking dope. 21 Guns is a fucking beast of a song, especially the one they did with the orchestra that, you know, the American Idiot cast.
Yes.
The 21 Guns version with the American Idiot cast. Dude, that is so emotional. Fucking
I
amazing.
haven't listened to that album in a long time.
Yeah, you got to revisit that. It's
Yeah,
really
I probably should.
You both need to have a guitar jam session because she plays guitar.
Dude, I suck at guitar, but my son is phenomenal.
Yeah, I suck too. But
But she's good at playing a lot of Nirvana.
That's because it's easy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's
right.
I can play some Nirvana songs.
Yeah, I can rock the shit out of some Nirvana.
Yeah, they had the basic chord structure down.
Very basic, yeah.
But yeah. But they were fucking phenomenal. I love Nirvana.
Oh, me too, for sure.
Like, you watch a lot of Kurt Cobain's interviews. He was a very intellectual dude.
He was very intelligent.
He was smart. Yeah, he was a smart guy.
And like I always tell people, I know, like, when we were talking about that genre crossover, I could have seen, because it would have been the 90s, I really could have seen Tupac and Kurt Cobain do something. I could just see it because their mindset.
Like, to think of all the things that those guys could have accomplished had they not
went too soon,
died. You know, like, it's mind blowing to me to think like they were younger than we are now. And I don't know.
Do you think Foo Fighters went further than Nirvana?
Well, they have the longevity that Nirvana didn't get a chance to have. You know, so like it's really not fair to compare because the Foo Fighters have been around for so long now. Nirvana didn't have that chance.
It's crazy because I remember when David Grohl went over and started a new band, and they said he was going to be the lead singer, and it was like, what? He was the drummer for Nirvana.
Yeah, we were like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Get back behind your drum kit.
Right.
But then,
and then they came out with Big Me. Big Me on MTV, and it was like a Mentos commercial.
I love that video.
It was like, okay, I'm sold.
Right?
And I've always even
that was
told
fucking
people,
awesome.
I love D-Lo, and I love D-Lo's solo work, but in my opinion, it is not Black Sabbath without Ozzy.
It really isn't. No, it's not the same. I did get to see Ozzy a couple, I think 2 times.
She's gone to a few Ozfests too.
Yeah, Ozfest was pretty good.
Nice.
Which ones did you go to?
Lollapalooza 96 was like my stadium.
I never got to go to a Lollapalooza, despite the fact that I could have, but I never got to go to one.
Yeah, because you lived in Cali.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tool and Prodigy were the headliners.
Nice.
Prodigy put on, dude, fucking amazing. The Fat of the Land. I mean, during that era, I was like torn because it was like industrial music and like just different than what I was listening to. But it was still similar on the same, you know, on the same wavelength.
No, she's fine. That's how I feel about like my transition from like early 90s rap and hip hop to punk, because like I started out listening to a lot of really early 90s West Coast rap and hip hop, and then I've discovered punk when I was in my my preteens, and I realized that they were preaching the same type of things, like politically, and
yeah.
So I kind of made that transition with my views and like politically and stuff like that. And then I really got into the music as well. So yeah, like they're very similar in that respect.
Exactly. I've told that with a lot of guests. I'm like, a lot of people don't realize that rap and hip hop are almost exactly the same. They touch on a lot of political shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You mean rap and metal?
Yeah, rap and metal, or even just rap.
Well, rap and hip hop, especially, you know,
like Public Enemy.
Yeah, Public Enemy specifically. I mean,
very political.
Yeah.
Oh, Paris.
Chuck D has always been. I've always had a crush on him anyway.
Well, and Chuck D's a very smart dude.
He's hot.
But we all know who your top favorite rappers are.
Yes.
Hers is Dre
and Cube.
Who?
And Chuck D would probably be 3.
Dre and Cube, Chuck D.
Oh, Dre and Cube?
Yeah, and then
Absolutely,
probably
100%.
the Q-Tip.
Dr. Dre, The Chronic, when it first
That
came
album
out.
changed my life, man. I swear.
Yeah. Like everyone around me included. That album was so fucking huge.
Yeah, and it's still it's timeless, man. It's a fucking timeless piece of art. It really is.
And when you put that to like Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, The Chronic is almost like the Dark Side of the Moon when it comes to rap.
I've said that before. The Chronic is hip hop's Dark Side of the Moon.
Agree.
And you know, like rock and roll is one of the greatest albums of all time, Dark Side of the Moon. So yeah, that's what The Chronic is to West Coast rap and hip hop.
Yeah, like
Sure.
Death Row, the label Death Row. After The Chronic, I was like following every fucking thing.
Yeah.
I would follow Murder Was the Case soundtrack, the
Yep.
Above the Rim soundtrack,
Yeah.
Poetic Justice soundtrack.
Oh
I
god,
was
so
like-
many great movies.
I
Yeah,
was
we've been
like so into Death Row and
Yeah.
what all their artists were doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Death Row is in definitely good hands now that Snoop has the reins.
Oh,
That's a good
100%. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Snoop knows what he's doing, and Snoop has his hand in parts of like Def Jam recordings. So it's
Yeah.
called coming full circle from where. And you watch Snoop when he first came out; he was fucking 21 when he came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got the longevity for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style.
Yes.
That
Classic
fucking
album.
album. After The Chronic, major fucking album. There.
And you notice how people will always compare like music genres. Like some people will say Nas is Illmatic. They say that's like the Thriller of hip hop, and then A Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauders. They say that's like the White Album, like the Beatles of hip hop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't downplay that for anybody at all. But to me, no. Dr. Dre, The Chronic, fucking Doggy Style, and everything that came after that. Ice Cube, The Predator.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Lethal Injection.
Yeah.
Lethal Injection, America's Most Wanted. Yeah. Straight Out of Compton. I mean, shit, that album right there set the tone for
Yeah.
everything after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And here we are in 2022.
Still talking about it.
Still talking about that shit.
Yep. That's what I'm talking about, man. It's got that timeless. It's timeless. It's got staying power. It's fucking classic.
And that's why I know when people don't understand when they're like, what does it mean when ICP says wicked clowns will never die? And like, it means if we continue to talk about them, their legacy will live on forever.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. It's that fucking Chris Calico track, Immortal.
Like how
Off of
crazy
that
is it now
Soulful
to now
Diamond
see
Crisis.
the hip hop community giving ICP respect and go, these guys are a pinnacle in hip hop and rap music.
Yeah.
Well, they're revered as legends now. So
Yeah. I mean, look at. They've been all over. You know, their path from when they first started to now has been a fucking roller coaster.
And you look at his list of rappers that they've worked with. They've worked with Q,
Everybody.
Ice-T, everyone, and you're like Snoop. It's like, what?
And every part of pop culture has referenced ICP in some way.
Whether it's a
Whether
parody,
it's mocking in a fun way, you know,
Or giving
parodying,
the nod.
whatever, or you know, yeah, giving the nod and the tip of the hat, whatever. Like they've worked their way into pop culture.
Yep.
Like you can't deny that.
and they've deserved it.
Yeah, for sure.
100%, man. I mean, ICP they've earned their spot.
Definitely.
That's why I'm saying anybody trying to come up in this Juggalo scene, you're never gonna be as big as ICP. That goes for Twisted as well.
Yeah.
And all these labels can say that this label inspired them in some way how to start their label. Like if you watch that Travis interview that from Strange Music, he said we learned a lot of influence from Psychopathic Records, and he was giving props.
100%. And congrats to them because they fucking killed it, you know? I mean, and they're still doing pretty good.
Mm-hmm. You used to street team for them.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're doing as good as they were back in 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's been fucking years.
Exactly.
Tech, he had his big blow up again with The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Being on his album.
That's still dope.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to fucking Tech 9, man.
I know, and to know that he's still rocking the stage even
he
at his
took
age.
it and ran with it, and boy did he fucking run with it, you know.
Exactly, and I'm still proud of him. Like his album Asinine, and that last album he dropped recently, such a good album.
Yeah, he's still fucking killing it. Tech just played our state fair, man.
That's awesome. I could see him, like me and Amanda were saying, how I could see him doing a whole rock album. He could do it.
He could totally pull that off. Absolutely.
Well, he tried to do that with what, Therapy?
Yeah, but that was like an EP, and then he tried doing that rock group Kibosh, which would have been dope.
Dude, Tech's just fucking dope because, you know, he fucked with like a lot of artists The Doors, for one. I fucking love The Doors.
I mean, how cool is that to know that you named your record label out of, and especially a rap label, out of a Doors song?
Right. 100%, man. I fucking love the fucking Doors. And the fact he did a track with the living member, that was fucking huge, man.
Yep.
And he fucking killed it. He did it justice. And then he fucked with Surge from System of a Down for Straight Out the Gate, man. That was so fucking dope.
Yeah, he's worked with Corey Taylor, and she loves, like, what's the group I'm thinking of? Chino.
Oh, Deftones.
Yeah, she loves Deftones. And then when I told her, I'm like, babe, since you've been liking Tech, here you go. And she's like, he did a song with Deftones?
Yeah, I didn't know that. Because I've never been a Tech 9 fan until I met him. So,
yeah. Oh, Tech has some heat out there. Like dating back since, you know, I first learned of him in like 99 and Absolute Power, man. That fucking album still is fucking fire.
And she knew about ICP back in the 90s.
Yeah, I discovered them in like 96-ish.
Yeah. Like Riddlebox.
Yeah.
Malenko era.
Well, yeah, but what the album that, like, I love Great Malenko a lot, but the album the record that really got me was Jekyll Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, like I say, Malenko's my favorite, but I don't know, it's a toss up between them and Jekyll Brothers, I think.
Yeah, I think a lot of people toss that up.
It's a tough one. I mean, it's all good stuff, you know?
It's so awesome the fact that you can have a musical artist and like be able to tell certain things about your life according to what era you were listening to them. You know, like you could go back and say, you know, during the Eye of the Storm era or the Tempest.
Still here.
I need to refresh.
You know, you can go back to different eras and remember what happened during that time period. You know, it's like, oh, Jekyll Brothers era. Yeah, I was in my early 20s. You know, went to my first clown show, and was fucking down since then. You know,
What year did Jekyll Brothers come out?
99.
That's right. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, I discovered them in 96-ish, but I didn't really start to get really super into them until that came out.
Right. Yeah, I was exposed to them like back in 96.
Yeah.
And I remember we had this kid at high school. I was a senior. We had this kid in like all black tinted windows, but a like straight blood red Escalade type looking.
Oh, wow. Nice.
It was like an Explorer or something. And like all the windows were fucking black, and he had a Ringmaster vinyl, like the Ringmaster face on the very back, and then one fork up and one fork down on each side of the sides.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, wow, I don't know what that is, but that looks fucking awesome. You know, just the image of the Ringmaster on
Yeah, that's
somebody's
one thing I
vehicle.
think they've been good at doing is like their imageries and buying. Like I was like wearing my Riddle Box jersey to like when we went grocery shopping, and the lady I was checking this out, she's like, I don't know what that is, but that is awesome looking. I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah, you still get them kind of reactions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even decades after the album's been out. And
Or you'll get those people that be like, oh, ICP still makes music. It's like, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and fucking Woe the Weeping Weirdo is coming out at the end of the month, man.
Yeah. Like I put like on Ain't No Time on for my dad, and my dad is like, there is no way that is ICP. I'm like, yep. He's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's exciting, man. It's fun to watch the ride. I mean, it
Exactly.
sucks. A lot of the shit sucks, and a lot of it's a letdown, but like everything that good that happens, like brings you up 100-fold, you know? It's part of that magic that's still here.
Yep, and I think that's why we've always been one of the channels in the Juggalo YouTube community that's still always been like on the positive tip, never focused on the negative. And if we did, we just touched on it a little bit. And I'm like, okay, let's stop talking about
Right.
it.
Yeah. I mean, there's no doubt. I've probably said some bad shit back in the day, but at this point in my life, life's too short, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have time for all that mess anymore.
I don't want to dwell on the negative. I want to bring out the happiness that this shit has brought me.
It's that time in our lives when, I'm in my fucking 40s. I don't have time for that childish shit anymore.
Like I've seen some people in our community who are like our age or in their 30s or 40s, and they're acting like they're in their fucking 20s or teens. I'm like, bro, no.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine to be a kid at heart, but I mean, like...
Yeah,
I'll
but I
always
mean,
be a kid at heart.
negativity and hatred isn't a good look.
Yeah, if you're trying to be young in a negative way, no. But if you're going to
I mean,
always be a good kid at heart and appreciate the stuff that you grew up on and like just enjoy life like a kid at heart, that's fine.
Yeah.
I have numerous people that I've, have friends on Facebook as, and, I know their stance on shit. They just don't bring it up,
Right.
They just don't talk about it. If I say something about it, they don't like sit and argue about it.
Mm-hmm.
They respect my views. I respect their views,
Yeah.
and that's it.
And that's what we're supposed to be. Like, people forget the core topic of what we are. We are individuals. Like, we don't have to believe what the other believes, but if we can respect each other's opinion and go, okay, that's your opinion, I respect that. That's fine.
Right. Yep. Absolutely, 100%.
Is that power cord strip on?
I do got to get going, but I do want to plug this motherfucker up in the corner.
That's weird. I don't know how we're getting internet without that.
All right.
All right.
I guess it's on your corner now. It's over that way. Nope, this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Swamp Society, man.
Yep. Always. That definitely is going to get tattooed on me.
The 31st.
Yeah, we need to get you tatted up, baby.
The 31st of October. I'm making my debut.
Yeah.
On Spotify.
Yep.
On Apple Music. On iTunes.
Yep. Like, maybe you can just kind of tease about that. What was that like doing that with Darby?
Dude, it's fucking awesome, man. You know, I was so nervous, very nerve-wracking. I had this whole script laid out. I did 2 different versions. You're going to hear one of the versions on the Tomb.
Hell yeah.
There are 2 versions floating around, though.
Shout outs to Darby. He's always showed us mad love. That's like literally.
Shout out to fucking Darby O'Trill and Devereaux, because I've heard the finished product and it's fucking crazy, dude. It's fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to hear that.
Check out Scotty Balls, Darby O'Trill's new album, The Tomb, dropping on Hallowicked this year.
Yes, and we still am going to keep plugging it, but let's get Darby to perform one of the Bloody Sunday shows.
Dude, that would be so fucking awesome. He needs to.
Yes.
Darby O'Trill and Wicked Wood need to open these shows.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Agreed. Well, you definitely have a great night, bro.
All right, man. Have a good night. It was good talking to you.
You too.
Love you guys. Good
Love
night,
ya.
Amanda.
Thank you.
Bye.
It was good meeting you.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes.